Did
That was my
you?
counterpart, yeah. I was making deals, you have no idea. I talked to Matt yesterday,
Oh, you did?
yeah.
We've been communicating back and forth now that he got an international.
Well, he's in Jordan, he got a little bit better electrons there.
Yeah.
And he's got a phone. So he's at the air base that I was at Jordan, and he's the highest ranking military guy from the United States.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so he get white tablecloth, real silverware. He sit out, he got a seat at the big boy table every day.
Huh?
You want me to sit in?
I don't think you have to unless you want to. So, which of course you're welcome
And
to.
that's a customer when I was over there and I did a lot of military to military to all these countries, I went to everyone. They give us money to get gifts, which the Army gives us, like a plaque. They give us a lot better gifts.
So this is.
Mine's gotta be under $50. They're like a couple hundred. I got the Saudis outfitted all of us with the white robe, the hat, and the thing. I swear to God, outfitted every 200 of us as a gift. It was beautiful. I got a video of it. It's beautiful.
I think I've seen that.
Right,
And that's the air base that's right there that I was at. I gotta send it to him.
looks pleasant. Not. Morning. So this is a workshop of the town board the first workshop to discuss the tentative budget, make whatever changes, just to update the board on some of the key points here in this budget. Most employees are budgeted for a 2.7 COLA plus $1 per hour or the equivalent. So in the case of salaried people, it's 2,080, 88.
There's
How many,
261.
right. The only employees that didn't get the extra dollar and only got the 2.7 COLA are the town justices, the town board, the town supervisor, the receiver of taxes, the historian, the health officer, and animal control.
And what they get?
2.7.
And what everybody else get?
2.7 plus $1 per hour.
Are we gonna have a free flow or are you just gonna talk first and then
Well,
I'll talk later?
I'll just talk first and then you can talk later. We will get we will get requests from department heads for particular individuals. I have a couple that I want to advocate for. I'm going to ask that we not make any commitment at the time, and that what'll happen is in our last session, when we try to button everything up, we'll go into executive session and discuss particular individuals and whether or not we want to award those additional steps, for lack of a better word. Some of them are salaried people, so they don't really have steps, but, and then, so we'll look at everything as a whole at that time. As per the union contract, they got an extra $1.50 per hour, but that's part of their contract. I said about waiting, and we also have budgeted in this $60,000 for a salary study.
Okay.
We kind of found it, right,
Say that again?
we budgeted $60,000 for a possible salary study.
That was at HR.
We tried,
Back in June.
Yep.
right?
I thought we would just make it simple, call around to the 5 neighbor and ask what duty positions or what
Yep.
the salary is.
it turns out that it's not that simple, Al. We tried, between Julia and Melissa and I, we tried to find some
Well, then
comparison.
If we're doing $60,000 for a salary study, we need to shut everything down right now and wait. Why are we giving anything out right now?
Well, because at one point, first of all, everybody's underpaid. We gave them 3% last year. Everybody's gonna be unhappy if we start the year out with just giving them a COLA. And it's just, and we don't know when that salary study, we might not be able to get that done until July. We had trouble finding somebody that was willing to even undertake.
I want to try to take the emotion out of this, but we're not giving salaries to make people happy. If they earn it and deserve it, is the purpose of salaries. It's not a feel-good, hey, across the board, everyone gets this, and then we're going to give you and do another salary story at 60,000. Again, no commitments today, but it's counterproductive. But I'll take the emotion out of
Well,
it.
when the study is done
I might
anyways,
need one of those there, Barb.
that increase is applied.
Right.
At that point, it's not going back a whole year.
The one, oh, you gotta turn the light on there.
I wasn't planning on talking, but now, go ahead.
I know, it's all fired up. The one thing that we did find when we were trying to do our study internally is that across the board, relative to other towns, our people are underpaid.
Listen, I'm not arguing, and giving salaries and increasing and making ourselves more equitable, or, you know, that if not even better than the surrounding towns, that's not the question. I always said, number one resource we got is our personnel. We should pay them. And through the last 4 years, that's all I've been doing. I have really pretty much been very in favor of everyone getting pay increases, right? I haven't cut no one, never said no, but if last year we were at this point saying we were gonna do a salary study, we kicked the can down the road, then we were gonna do it internal. You know, hey, let's just get the average, you know, the head clerk of the 5 surroundings. I mean, it's in the book here about the 5 salaries for the surrounding councilmen stuff.
Well, because.
It's very easy to see that we're the second best paid,
Yeah.
you know.
It's when you have supervisor, council people, justices, those are all the same job in every single town clerk. But like, say, take building and planning. You can't, it's not as simple as just looking at somebody else's pay scale because they have different jobs. We're the only person that I know of in even sized towns that has a planning.
But that's what the analysis is, that we see what the planning department say at Stillwater is, you know, and ours is, I would imagine, should be and must be higher than what theirs is. And then even if they come back for some more, that's fine, but we have a baseline.
Well, we tried to compare with Wilton, Milton, Clifton Park and Half Moon, which are both bigger than us,
And
Well-
Boston
and
just
Boston.
went
That
So,
key,
so similar sized towns
All right,
to us, other than,
the key word is try.
yeah.
It didn't happen. That's the key word.
Well, that was because it was beyond
I
our
understand it.
expertise.
But that's why we're having the discussion of paying $60,000 and doing that, and if what the study says that we shouldn't be doing that.
Either way, we still have to have a study at some point. I mean, that's what we've been talking about for about a year anyways.
I was in agreement of it last year.
No, we all,
Except when the price tag came and it wasn't.
Correct, that was overpriced. I think we should shop around. Now, ready? If my memory's correct, it's doubled.
at least.
I think the figure put in there was to ensure that we had enough money when we do shop around to make sure it encompasses everything that we want in this study.
It's doubled. This plain English. So, kicking the can down the road one year.
There's gotta be a lot of, consultants that specialize in the HR area.
When we went out for a request for proposals or, you know, we got one person back, one company back. It was a national company. The company that we use for our HR, they do it, and they did do the town of Milton's, which I have.
Yeah.
But again, even looking at their particular salary study, we couldn't match up their jobs with our jobs without more information about.
Exponentially, we're 3 times bigger than, you know, surrounding towns, so there's gonna be a difference.
No, we're not.
All right, well then, why didn't you share the Milton study with us then?
The what? I can. And then you can.
okay.
Then you can try to look at them and see. I'll give it to you.
It's better than
I'll
having
give it
no
to you before you
information.
leave. Yeah. Like I said, we even got, you know, the county regularly gets, they reach out to all the towns and get this list of, and I'll give you that too, and you can try to figure it out. They give you a list of jobs and whatever your municipality pays for jobs, for particular jobs, but you can't tell what, you can't really compare the same job to job, because they all have different titles and, I mean, there's certain jobs that are, the assessor's the assessor.
All right, so then, right, if that's the case, then the $60,000 study is kind of mute too then. If You know what I'm saying?
Well-
You can't have it both ways.
Somebody else would be able to do that better. They have the resources to figure out,
Well, I'm just,
and the time. I mean, that's the other thing is, you know, it would take a lot of time.
listen, well, we had a year. My job is to make, I think all of us, is to make informed decisions.
Yep.
And I'm an advocate for paying more to our employees. There ain't no doubt about it. But all this stuff that you says it's too hard to read, too hard to understand, they didn't want to send it out, that's why I'm delaying this, we're having questions about it, because it wasn't presented ahead of time. That's a problem. If I would have read it and said, yeah, that's Greek, I'm with you, Cynthia, but right now, I'm not with you because you're saying I can't understand it. I haven't said it, I hadn't seen it yet. You just said I wouldn't be able to understand it. I'll give it to you anyhow. Well, yes, okay, I wish you gave it to me a long time ago. I don't want to be confrontational, but that's why we're having this
All right, like I said,
discussion, because it wasn't presented.
Where do we stand today with our salaries in respect to the Milton study that had been done? Are we very low? Are we high? Are we average? Even though it's not the same exact scenario, there's some kind of a baseline that they've established from their study. Is that true?
I didn't compare ourselves to Milton, but while I looked over the Saratoga County salary survey, it does look like there are positions that are relatively in line with the surrounding towns.
Some positions.
Some high, some low.
Some
Yeah.
low.
Well, like I says, they got a copy of it, so you don't have to put them on the spot to tell them to regurgitate.
We can share what we
I'm
have.
just asking the questions.
Yeah.
but I'll give all that to you before you leave, and you can peruse it at your leisure. We got a month to decide all this stuff, so.
Well, yeah, and now that we're talking about timing, because this was given to me Monday night football. I got very busy at work yesterday and after school, so then this morning, so I really hadn't had time to really dig in and give us the due diligence on it, even for the 3 branches that are coming in today. We need to get this out, at least,
This is what the first hour is for.
I'm just trying to make informed decisions, and for me to be informed decisions, I'm not getting through that.
Well, we could delay these workshops.
No,
State law
I'm
says
just,
I can't,
I'm not saying that.
right. It has to be
I'm
filed.
saying, I'm not on the tail end, I'm saying at the beginning end, we should have studies and whatnot way ahead of time. And even the book, or even access to the book, if we gotta go in and sign it out from Julia, so we don't have, I'm all for that. Lock and key, the knock box, I'm okay. But I'm at a deficit for knowledge right now.
Be happy to email the 2024 salary analysis from the county that encompasses all the towns of the county to the council right now, if you'd like me to, so they have it with their email.
Thank you.
It's a large document, to print it out for everybody would be, stack.
And I appreciate that because, like it says, I just can't take a whole day and okay, I can't tell you the last time I read a book. It just doesn't happen in my life, I get snaps, but stuff like this, you need to study and dedicate time to and really read it, so.
Like I say, some of this.
I won't say no more.
Some of this is dictated by state regulations. So we could file the budget and wait a week to have the first meeting.
I'm talking about internal organization, structure, efficiency for us in-house. I'm not saying bucking against any timeline from any other jurisdiction. I'm saying we could do better because you're gonna provide me information now. Then I got her gonna provide me information now. We're at the budget meeting
Well, she's
and
gonna
all I'm here right now is gathering information.
She's gonna
Instead of
provide-
disseminating it and discussing it and making an evaluation on it, I'm still in the gathering phase.
She's going to provide you the same information that we're talking about, the county survey.
I got it. But when it comes, it comes.
Can I go on?
It's your meeting.
The sheriff contract is not included in the tentative budget. We do have some information that I got from the sheriff's department that we then can discuss that at some point, when we get to that point. The highway, we are proposing to use $883,000, a little bit more than that, plus, of the highway fund balance to fund the DB budget. What that allowed us to do is to reallocate. the highway has a $5 million fund balance, so we thought it would be prudent.
What is the actual, to the dollar fund balance? Do we have that number?
No, we don't have that because we're not at end of year.
Right, we're not into the year
Now,
yet, but
that
it's around
balance
$5 million.
comes From where?
Excess money
Unused.
that's unused, so
That's
in the budget
accumulated
year,
over
over time.
year to year.
Correct.
So money that was appropriated to highway and not used goes into his fund balance. So in looking at it, he's got a big fund balance. So what we did was we reallocated some of the, some of the sales tax revenue to the A fund and the B fund to do capital projects. So one-time expenses, so because this, obviously, we can't take $1 million out of his fund balance every year. So we're taking the money out of his fund balance this year, we reallocated that money to the A fund and the B fund to do capital projects, not to pay for recurring expenses, to buy,
Maintenance, this is.
not to do maintenance, this is over and above. So some of those, what I gave to you was something that we worked on over the course of the year, basically a list of our facilities and the capital projects that need to be, pass that back to Tim, you have it.
So this is for like paving and stuff like that. Is that-
Yes, yes, and you can see they're extensive. What we found, of course, is that the town of Malta has let some of our facilities slide over the past 20 years. So they were significant. So that's why we, like I say, we reallocated what we normally would give to highway and sales tax revenue. We reallocated it to capital projects. Those projects that are included in this budget are a new roof for the town hall at $150,000, remodeling the bathrooms at the court to make them ADA compliant for $60,000, replacing the court and the town hall HVAC, $100,000, paving the romp and play parking lot, and redoing Pellegrino's roof, $30,000.
Are you mixing and matching? Are you saying we're pulling highway
Yeah,
funds to do the courthouse?
that can't.
All right, well, that's why we're jumping.
It's a matter of semantics.
No, I'm asking
pulling-
because you're jumping me around. Again, this is something I'm seeing for the first time, and I'm catching up here, and I'm getting a dump load, and so it's gonna be painful if we're gonna, you said no stuff here for the sheriff, but yet you got the plan. I haven't seen that yet. It's in here now? All right, that's what I'm getting
X.
at, so, go ahead.
The sheriff's
The sheriff's
documentation's
response,
on
and
it.
I got some more information yesterday. No, we're taking money from the highway fund to fund highway projects. Just to, like I said, it's a matter of semantics,
Can't.
but, right. And then we are appropriating less sales tax revenue than we normally would in a normal year, and appropriating it to the A fund and the B fund to be able to do capital projects that are much needed. The shingles are falling off this building. So we did last year.
In the courthouse.
Well, last year we did put a new roof and windows on the courthouse.
Thank you for doing
So we took care of that, but we're finding there's more, there's more. There's, the parking lot and the entranceway into Shenantaha are gonna need some work. Like I say, this is a list of capital projects
Do
that,
we have,
and the dates we think they need to be done.
do we have a fund established for these ongoing maintenance issues?
Well,
I know we've
yes and
talked
no.
about it, but we
It,
haven't.
it's definitely not adequate. There are reserves for those things, but they're not adequate. And that's been, like I say, probably 25 years in the making. Our facilities have been neglected. I mean, obviously, this facility, all the parking lot and all of that is just awful here. We're not even talking about that yet.
All right, so let me get this straight. So some of the money for the highway department that we're gonna dip into of the $5 million, and so therefore, we're not giving them as much in a normal budget because we're gonna divert that money towards capital projects. All right,
And the other projects, right?
that was easy.
And some other things, there's a lot of equipment needs, so, obviously these don't add up to that amount, but so also some of that is to buy much needed equipment for, and when we get to the individual departments, you'll see what that equipment is. We also put $100,000 into the open space reserves. That basically is because in 2021, the town of Malta entered into an agreement with Saratoga Plan and Saratoga County to provide $100,000 for open space preservation for Boulder Brook Farm, our friend Peter Brooks. This board passed a resolution to fund $100,000 up to
A board, not this board.
You're talking
to
Saratoga
the
Plan?
2021 board. Saratoga Plan and Saratoga County. Like I said, we entered into an agreement that, it's been since 2021. At one point, I don't know, they're telling us now, Saratoga Plan is telling us now that in early 2026, everybody's gonna be ready to actually execute that conservation easement.
I didn't know it hadn't already been.
It had not already been. There's certain stuff that Peter has to do that hasn't been done yet. And
So,
like I say, the expectation is that
100,000 even, is that what?
it's our part of it is up to $100,000
to do what?
to pay for, to buy a conservation easement.
And
much-
that easement is, has it been
It's
defined
basically,
yet?
is it
Land conservation. It's like what we did with Miles.
can't be built on?
It's like what we did with Miles Cornsway, with the Cornsway
We're
Farm,
paying him $100,000 not to build on his land.
basically.
And that land is Snake Hill or what?
No, Snake Hill's not even in Malta. It's at Boulder Brook Farm. It's up on the intersection of Nelson Avenue Extension and Malta Avenue Extension.
It's near the valley.
Peter Brooks, yeah. Like I say, that was an agreement, it was a resolution that was passed in 2021.
So we're bound to that.
I didn't realize that. had-
In my opinion, we're bound to that, you know? Everybody else is still moving forward, so. That's all I have in my notes. Is there anything else you can think of that needs to be?
There are a few departments, that don't have a specific, workshop that if you wanna go through them.
Actually, I'll start with mine. So like I said, you're gonna get people that will be asking for additional
Is,
money.
is this in the book, the binder?
Yep, so you wanna go through your supervisor department?
Yeah,
Okay, so supervisor department is technically C, but it's actually combined with tab D or four or D.
There's nothing in C?
Yep, there's nothing in C because it's actually on,
So it's D.
because it's such a small department, I didn't wanna waste
D.
paper.
What was that department in C?
supervisor.
It's town supervisor and town comptroller is combined,
Right.
yes.
So you can
The
see.
top of the page is town supervisor.
And simple, again, mine shows for myself, the 2.7% COLA. And then I only have the one employee, Melissa. And as I said, I want to advocate for an additional couple of steps for Melissa. She,
Can I just clarify that the supervisor's admin is both Melissa and your deputy supervisor? The salaries are,
Oh, that's right, yeah.
just for clarification.
all right.
Before the next meeting, can we get provided of what the salary schedule
It's in
table
your
is?
binder.
In your binder.
It's,
And a chance to go through the whole binder. And now we're doing something new that I wasn't prepared for. So the answer is no. What's the question?
Tab V is your salaries.
So, but like I said, I'm gonna advocate for an additional, a couple of steps for Melissa. I think everybody's had contact with Melissa. She goes above and beyond. She's, does a lot of stuff beyond what her role is as my confidential secretary. She helps every department in this entire complex, or not even complex, the town. She's done an outstanding, some of the special projects that she's done this year, which are outside her title, is we got a new phone system. She it was a really complicated process. She got all of that, worked on all of that diligently, and they seem to be working for them well, because our phones didn't work before. She basically did the entire project with the message board out front. She's volunteered to be the Emergency Management Committee Secretary. She's on the Park Committee. She's on the website committee, and the website, I think you'll see, has gotten way more just active. They put a lot of stuff up there. They're doing a total redesign, and that redesign will happen later this year or early next year. We had to switch to the .gov. Melissa handled that by herself. Our social media presence, she's worked hard with Kristen Gottman to really upgrade what we're putting out there to the public in social media.
When you say 2 steps, I don't know how that step allocation operates in the county.
Well, we have,
Explain that?
it's part of
I
our
thought it was
salary.
all Timeline, but I guess not.
Nope.
no?
Nope.
Our steps are based on employee
If you
evaluations.
go to tab V or 22 for you, I think yours is number based. You'll see, right in order, you'll see a summary of tab V, which is employee benefits.
But what tab are we looking at?
V or 22, employee benefits. You'll see the summary, and then you'll see the tentative projected salary schedule, and that's going to outline all of our employees, what they currently make, what they are going to get in terms of COLA, what they would get if there's an additional dollar raise, and then longevity, because that's always been a thing.
The longevity for these employees, though, is just a one-time,
One time, yep.
yeah.
And then you'll
Are we
see.
sure?
Well, it's based off of years
Not
of service, but.
Yeah.
And then you'll see your retirement bill. After a retirement bill, you'll see kind of estimated increases for health insurance, so that's a fun one that hopefully they don't get.
Big cookie.
Then you'll see, who our employees, what their plan is and what their cost is to the town. And then after that, you'll see the steps. The resolution that was approved back in 2015 outlining what the steps are and for what. It looks just like a resolution. V.
What?
V.
Oh, V.
V.
Sorry about that.
You're 22.
Yep. I gotcha.
This is V.
The X,
You guys are
W.
Victor, I think.
Answer's no. What's the question?
So if you scroll through a few sheets, you'll see the resolution outlining steps. It is a little bit complicated to understand, but it depends on
not
what the
chasing it.
position. Do you want my copy?
No, I'm not gonna be chasing this book today like this.
That's just so if you wanted to look at the steps and how they're determined, that's,
I'll look at it. I'm not gonna do it right now. We're moving
Your resolution.
to the
I
next
don't see
thing.
it in mine.
I haven't seen it.
you have like 2 more sheets to go.
2 more sheets and I'm here.
Oh, well then here you go.
Anyhow, volunteerism, which is very commendable and noble, doesn't translate into salary unless it's part of the PDD. So, when you say people volunteer for this, and that, and they should be compensated, well, then they're no longer a volunteer, and they're looking at it for compensation. That's just semantics in my brain.
Question.
That's just a number of things that.
I'm just
like
telling you how I
say,
feel when I hear word people
Yep.
volunteer, but now pay me, well, then that's not volunteerism, that's being confiscated with
One question that
with
I
payment.
have is when town employees serve on these committees, I've asked the Association of Towns, Lori, she hasn't got back to me. Is that legal?
I don't know why not.
It's helpful.
Because I
Yeah.
talked to our other assemblymen that have experience, and they're saying it's absolutely a no-no.
Well,
But I haven't gotten confirmation yet.
Our committees are all advisory. They're not,
I understand
So, you know.
that, but I haven't heard back from them, but I expect to.
I understand your concerns about that. My personal experience, just serving on a couple of committees, is that without a town employee there
I
to guide
understand
us,
that,
we
yeah.
would be completely wasting our time. I mean, they are so much more familiar with, you know, what the
Inner
budget is,
workings
what.
of the town, yeah.
Right, so I don't think it's very productive to meet without somebody who knows exactly what's going on.
That's not my question.
Okay.
My question is if it's legal or not per state law,
Per state law.
per state law.
To do what, Craig?
To serve as a volunteer on a committee,
So,
but you're getting
Like
compensated.
Adrian's on the park committee. They're not getting compensated. No,
Well,
nobody's compensated.
they are through their salary.
Oh,
You're actually asking for 2 more steps for her. But that is.
but not just for that, because
That's
of,
salary wise.
because of everything that she does for every department. And
I understand that.
I mean,
Roseanne did the same thing.
We-
And
Roseanne-
she was under-
Roseanne made a lot more money than Melissa does. She made,
She went years without any increases.
she, and plus this isn't really about Roseanne, so, the key fob, this board instituted a key fob, or a new key policy.
Don't go there.
Why?
Oh, there, yeah.
It's the one failure after another.
What do you mean?
The key fobs, right?
Not the key fobs. We instituted a couple of meetings ago, a key policy.
Process.
I said fob and I shouldn't have. A key policy that, yeah, that has been, that
One
door,
we don't
that
have
door,
keys for,
door's a
right?
pain in the neck. We instituted a policy that now it falls on Melissa to actually, you know, follow through with that. So it's an additional thing that really is above and beyond her job as my confidential
More
secretary.
important than getting roofs and a safe environment.
Someone else's failure is her work now. But anyhow, all due aside, when I talk, but just so everyone knows, when I'm talking about salaries and things, it's, it ain't personal. I think we got some of the, if not the best employees. There's not one that I couldn't or wouldn't stand behind and support 100%.
Well, there is another way to do it. You know, I compare it to like school employees. I have a former school employee right here. You're not a volunteer when you're coaching. You're getting paid. You're not a volunteer when you are in charge of the school play or any extracurriculars. It becomes part of the teacher's contract. We could go that way. You know, if doing something above and beyond your job is helpful, needed, desired, whatever, it seems to me that we should consider some way of compensating that. And as I said, just like a school, if you're you can't just have kids put on a play. And without having,
I understand that, and that wasn't my question.
okay,
My
I'm
question
in favor of
legally.
finding a way
I get
to
it.
compensate people for doing extra
And I
duties that
understand
are
and-
useful and
and it is
necessary.
It is definitely a needed service between the town and the committee. That interaction, that communication is very, very helpful. But that's not my question.
Okay,
My question is if it's legal.
I can't imagine that it's
State.
not, because, you know, like
I've
with
been told otherwise, so.
well, let me ask you this, maybe I'm not being helpful, Cynthia, so you can pass a kick along under the table or something, but.
My legs aren't that long, Barb.
If we don't call it,
My legs aren't long enough to
Al,
kick Al.
careful.
I'm trying. There's a wood here.
but if we don't use the word volunteering, if we say, you know,
Participating,
it's an extra duty.
Yeah.
Or like, as I said, putting on the school play or something, then,
I mean,
me.
the website committee, we've always had
That's been an ongoing.
a website committee that met regularly, and
And I was saying, our employees are some of the best, and there's not one I wouldn't stand behind. And I agree, every, PDD and work description is not going to catch all, or my job description is like, well, it's not my job description, I'm not doing it. No, we all step up and we all assist and we all help out. We just got to be careful that we're not all the help and assistance that we would normally give, saying, well, now I want to get paid more for it, for everything that we do. I'm just wanted to say that difference.
As I say, there will be other departments where you'll get other requests from people, and that's my request for my department, so
That's the starting.
take it under advisement, and we'll talk about that when we talk about it. The other one on that tab D is the comptroller's office.
There's not too much more with this budget besides the salary study that was mentioned beforehand. Just so you all know what's going on within my department. Within this department lines is the HR consultant. I think we contracted with them a year or two ago. It was based off of a monthly retainer, but we found that there wasn't much action that they were, or service that they were providing us. So they're only doing it on a per hour basis. So we do have money budgeted in there for the intention of utilizing them, but we might end up not using that, just depending on our needs during the course of the year. My accounting software is very, very old. It might actually be older than me. And it's been a long time that it
think
needs to
it
be
probably
updated.
is older
I
than
think
you.
it is. It does need to get updated. It is my plan and my goal to try to accomplish that next year. Hopefully, the accounting software isn't much right now. They're actually trying to hit us for a 20% increase if I don't upgrade our software. So I'm trying to fight that.
That's
but,
a racket.
yeah.
I'm always into replace or repair. Is it different to get a whole new system cheaper from somebody else,
So-
a different provider?
It's being phased out.
Yeah, well, we're
It
gonna,
hasn't been serviced in a long, long time. It
So
would
we're
actually be
actually
cheaper.
obligated.
should we get a new provider and a new service?
No, I don't think so. I think that they'll provide us with an equivalent upgraded service. It's going to be hopefully seamless to.
You just said they were going out of business. Did you just say?
No,
No, so-
they're phasing out this particular version of the software.
Okay.
Yeah, it
They
shouldn't.
won't support it going forward.
Yeah, they
right?
haven't supported it in years. I just wanted to let you know kind of what's going on in my department, so you're not kind of in the black over there.
Again, so you say continue with the upgrades and not get a new system.
Correct. It will be an upgraded software, but within the same company. Yep. Yep.
That is.
Hopefully it'll make
support,
all of this a little more
Yes,
user-friendly.
Yes. Well, the auditor did come in the last 2 days and they said, I like your software, I don't want you to change. I'm like, well, that's not gonna happen.
He did say that?
Yes.
He also, the auditor, just FYI, when he left yesterday, I asked him if I needed to fire Julia, and he said no. So she gets to stay.
Make sure that auditor gets to all the branches, right?
So internally, I
Did we
do
skip
all
a couple?
I do all the department audits.
Did you skip a couple?
So I have worked on town clerk, town court, and tax receiver. And then I'm working on water, building and planning, and parks
What
and
did you
Rec.
find, like, was there anything reoccurring that was?
No, and I think I just have to send you a few of them, but they've been done.
Nothing major, no major
Not yet.
problems
not
out there?
yet. No.
When you
departments are
specify auditor, are you referring to the town audit?
So I do an internal accounting
yeah.
review, but my financials, my records all get audited by the CPA that we.
The audit.
Yes.
Auditor.
Yep. So they'll review the financial statements and they'll go through all the, they'll test our vouchers, what we spend.
Right.
They'll test our cash receipts. They'll test all of our numbers, our bank statements. They test
They
payroll
take
documents,
certain
everything.
quantity of them and they follow the history through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. And they do that yearly. We don't have to, but we do it. We want to make sure our financials are one in order, but two, that nothing is getting through the weeds
Question
here.
for you afterwards.
And
Not
how
related
far are they now? Are they
They
half
should,
done?
they should probably, this was just their testing,
something
so
that
they're
piqued
just
my
about
interest the
done.
other
They're
day
just
in there.
wrapping everything up.
It's all
and
good,
putting it
just,
in.
you
And who
know,
was the
fact finding.
firm again?
Cusack and Company?
Who?
Cusack?
Want to know what he did wrong.
CU, I could be pronouncing that wrong, but yep, they've been our auditor for years, so,
For the last, okay.
yep.
Thank
So,
you.
I just wanted
I
to,
know they're not easy to get through.
it actually wasn't too
Very, very
bad. Most of it's just my internal like dread of them, but it's never bad. But I know my department usually gets skipped over because it's just kind of business as normal. But I just wanted to update you all for that.
Thank you.
I'm just
I think
trying to.
automation is a very key, and I've always been a proponent of staying with the times. to include our streaming that, you know, that we've
Yeah.
been through, the growing pains on that thing for a while.
It was, wasn't
So,
it?
yeah, so, and now if we get new phones, we're getting a sign, better update, the better we can communicate and amongst ourselves and the public, and I'll listen,
Yeah.
I'll be the first to tell you I'm a Neanderthal when it comes to social media and online stuff, but I'm a believer in it.
And speaking of all that, another department that doesn't have its own spotlight is computers. Every year, the town always tries to replace our computers, keep them up to date, so we're not scrambling when a computer dies on us. The last couple of years, we've replaced basically everything, and because of the new mandates, some of our computers would not be eligible for those Office or Microsoft updates. So we don't really have, I know, lucky us, we don't really have such a need to replace our computers for next year. But there is just reoccurring expenses with software for all the departments. We probably have 10 around, if not more, just for what we need for that. And as well as,
Those computers are phased or all one lump sum at a time?
They're
they've been
phased.
phased, they've been phased over the years, yep.
So what you're saying is the computer allocation is done per department, it's not.
No,
No, it's
Per-
really
per
based
unit,
off of a need,
right.
based off of, our IT provider.
he decides which ones need to be replaced, and that's what we replace.
And the funding for that has its own.
It has its own
Correct.
appropriation.
If you wanted to look at that budget, it's tab K for 11. The biggest thing that we're working through this year is the upgrade for Microsoft 365 Exchange.
Lovely.
Yes, and it has to be done. I mean, it doesn't have to be done by October, but they're no longer supporting it, and we don't want to come into work one day and not be able to use our devices. So we're in the works. We're in the plan.
Exchange or Outlook?
We use Microsoft, but Microsoft is no longer going to be supporting I think it's Office 10 or 11. I think it's 11 as of October. So if there is any issues or any upgrades,
It won't get supported.
we'll be down until we can upgrade it. So, the unfortunate thing is all cloud-based, subscription-based, so now we'll be paying for that annually for all of our devices, all of our computers, so.
Racket, isn't it?
Yep, so we're trying to, eliminate any email addresses that we no longer use, eliminate any employees that potentially we might have missed, just so we can reduce that cost, but we're just about there now. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to make that update. Another department is right after K, it's L or 12. It's the lighting and sewer districts. There's no proposed increase for either of them. Clifton Park,
Sorry,
How's that?
can I just,
Yeah.
I'm having a little trouble finding where we are on which.
Are you numbers or letters?
I think she's numbers. You guys don't ever return back the binders or the tabs, so I have to scramble and buy them every
I
year.
make a motion that we buy new binders for next year.
We did
put
buy
it
them
in the
last
budget now.
year, and I didn't get them back.
Turn
Hey,
it
hey,
over.
Double.
Turn them in.
I could go in.
Binders are kind of very
No.
expensive.
She's saying, what's the number?
L or 12.
So it would be
There
year
we go,
12.
thank you.
There you go, right there. She's assistant.
Get-
Give
they-
her a bump. How much
they
more?
have tabs
50
in 'em?
cents an hour. There you go.
Got tabs?
Tabs, yeah, the tabs are expensive too. There's no proposed increase for lighting. What we have had for the last 2 years have been enough for the electric bills. And then Clifton Park Sewer has said that they are not proposing a rate increase for sewer. So there's no increases for either of those, any of those.
So even
Funds.
with the grid increase in cost, we haven't had to allocate.
So our
more
lighting
funds?
districts are like $25 to $40 a month.
small,
So yes, so even an increase with rates
You,
still
you
doesn't-
don't have to say that sheepishly. You could say it loud. That's what makes Malta
Of course,
better.
you're saying that our existing budgets support the increase.
Correct,
Which they're also, the lighting districts are paid for by the residents.
right.
Yeah,
So, yeah, tax.
sales tax, right?
No,
No,
a
no,
natural
they,
tax.
they actually get taxed. So like Burton Meadows has a lighting district. Burton Meadows
If
gets
you're in-
taxed on their tax bill if you're in
Who
that
pays the
district.
light bill on Luther Forest for those fields, for those lights?
We do,
We do.
yeah.
What lights?
The softball,
Softball, soon to be soccer.
well, actually, We're not supposed to be paying it, right?
No, that one we are,
That one we pay?
that's our responsibility. Yep.
But they've taken over a lot of the mowing the lawns and all the.
They always have mowed the lawns. They're supposed to be paying the bills too, but they're not paying the bills. They say they're gonna. That's,
Like the
that,
state.
that is something that we are going to discuss at length, the Luther Forest Athletic Fields. We probably don't have the time today, and we need parks and maintenance both here. And we're meeting with them back to back. So
They're meeting.
we'll meet with Parks,
MAA?
no, we're meeting, when we have these meetings with,
Yeah.
so we'll have Parks and Rec, I think, first, and then Facilities is next, so in between, we'll have both of them, and then hopefully we'll discuss the Luther Forest Athletic Fields, because there are things to discuss there. Is there another department?
Doesn't sound good for them.
So before Raylan comes up, at 9, there are a couple of other things just to point out, so that's tab X or,
We do have an index, if you have, there's an index in front of all your tabs.
It's
I
the
have
pink
an
sheet.
index either.
It's the
After
pink
your
sheet.
Yeah.
summary.
Best just take this out, because
Yeah,
that's your summary. Because you're gonna refer to that a lot with your numbers.
So we did provide for the continuation of the all the townwide waste programs, the bulk drop-off.
If you go to the next page.
The
there's-
e-waste.
There's your index.
Do we have anything else? E-waste and
Just those two programs.
we put a little more into the bulk drop-off because mattresses cost us fortune still. X,
Okay,
on
I
X.
I wasn't paying attention. Where are we?
X.
X.
I'm on X.
First page.
And you'll also find the sheriff's deputy stuff in there, so we'll talk about that briefly before we get Raylan up. There's some other things that I think we need to, well, I mean, Pellegrino's, there's not so much to talk about. We have a 5-year lease, so,
Yep, it's just keeping it on the back of
Yeah.
your mind.
Could you
and spatial concerns, and we're all on top of each other.
give us
Except for the assessor's office.
warning on highway equipment that might be coming up?
But that's in there, highway, we really have doing more facilities this year, but there's highway equipment. Roger will be in here in a little bit, and we'll get to that. So, here's the skinny on the sheriff's contract. For this year, one deputy for one 8-hour shift a day will cost the town $451,000. So as you know, if it,
One shift, one shift.
one shift, one sheriff. So as you know, if we contract with the sheriff's department, we pay all of the salary, benefits, and the cost of the vehicle for that one deputy.
That's in what tab?
It's X still. Other departments. Oh, he doesn't have your email. Am I the only one with your
Two
email?
dedicated sheriff contract, 402. I could say at least one is, I'll be
Okay, so here's the other
firm
thing
on.
about it. The shifts are either 8 to 4, 7 to 3, or the afternoon shift is 3 to 11 or 4 to 12. Because they have to be based on their contract. We don't have the power to tell that deputy what to do or where to be. We can make requests through the sheriff. And again, that's, it's up to the sheriff to tell them where to be, when. They said that generally they do, sometimes they're present at town meetings. You can have traffic assistance for special events. Of course, they usually come and do that anyway. If we have like the parade and stuff like that, we get multiple agencies that come and provide that service to us at no charge, because one deputy doesn't do much, that sort of thing. In my opinion, which I think everybody knows this, first of all, if there's an emergency anyplace else in the county, they leave Malta. When we had the incidents here, every law enforcement personnel in every part of the county was here. I mean, it was unbelievable law presence, so obviously,
What I like about the sheriff's contract is the image that they're prevailing when people see them out on the street.
see, in my opinion, it's unnecessary because we already have a pretty good police presence here. First of all, we have the state police barracks in town, so there's always a police presence in our downtown.
And we have ICE too.
Yeah, and we have ICE. It's just sheriff's deputies all day long. I mean, they have lunch in our firehouse almost every day, you know.
So you just told us why they can't be here, but why they can be here is for lunch? Is that what you just gave me a whole list of why
No,
they're gonna be off post out of the sector?
They're
But
not,
they're only gonna be in sector, they're coming here for
well, they're
lunch.
not, so how the sheriff's office.
I know how
does-
they work.
Right.
Listen, I know
They have
no
districts.
police, you could say, is gonna be where on Tuesday at 2:00 and pin that down today. I get that. My brother was a cop for 20 years and it's, they're very reactive. However, if we got a dedicated sheriff, not maybe two, just one, and then we talk to them and say, what do you think is our best bang for the buck, high volume? Is it Wednesday through Sunday? Is it Monday through Friday? Is it 8 to 4? Or I would imagine more like 3 to 8, I just think it's a benefit to the town and a presence and more safety for our citizens. So we could agree to disagree.
Okay, here's another thing to note, when we did have it for 2 years, we did not see any increase in our court fines or tickets or any of that. They stayed level.
They were out on.
I'm not doing it to make money.
No, but she's talking about that as a
just
measure
trying
of additional arrests
Right.
or cases.
I see a sheriff, I slow down, so I don't
Yep, exactly.
But that's what I mean, every time I leave my house, I see some sort of
Well,
law enforcement
as a-
presence.
It's a good thing. That's
I can
fine.
see-
agree. We're all in
If-
agreement.
You should be going the speed limit without
If
that.
I walk over
left
here,
and
I see at least 2 cops on my way, going both ways. So I think that there is an adequate police presence in town without us paying a bunch of money.
Okay, we can talk about that.
Yeah, right, we can talk about that, like I say, just giving it out there just so that
Roger, stop playing.
got the information. Steve's calling me, I don't know why, hopefully it's not bad news, but, I guess that's all I have right now.
So the
We've got the town attorney, he doesn't have his own tab, we proposed the same for him,
contractual.
2.7 plus $1.
He's personnel, we don't contract.
Right, it's just personnel, right, he's salary, right.
We
All
we
right.
do, though, on that
He
same
is on the
topic,
contract though, right?
an appointment.
He's an appointment.
Yeah. So we do, though, just in the back of your heads, have a few, potential needs for litigation during the course of the year. I don't try to budget for them unless I know that they're ongoing, but those could potentially be a budget amendment or transfer during the course of the year if something
Now
comes up.
that, I don't mind setting money aside, because we're always gonna need legal assistance, right or wrong.
Well, everybody and his brother's suing us.
Yeah, so, listen, again, this is for the town, self-preservation protection, police self-preservation protection. What do we got here on, I guess we're still at Pellegrino's, what's going on with that? We got a-
It's just the building that needs ongoing maintenance, like I said, we're putting a roof on, they have some HVAC issues. And with regards to our spatial issues, we're in year 2 of a 5-year contract with them.
I think it's in the second.
I thought we leased it, and we did the roof, but the whole maintenance,
No,
Well, there's the parking,
we're responsible
the
for?
capital improvements we're responsible
we
for.
should be out of real estate business.
Yeah, I agree that we should be out of the real estate business. Well, plus we could use,
We do
Well,
get
your friend
revenue
at the
from
lake.
it.
we could use that space. I mean, our maintenance, our facilities department is in a temporary trailer,
Right, we have to.
I wanna get a whole new complex.
right?
Get a courthouse too.
could I ask the status of the courthouse
And,
budgeting?
yeah, it's you know, we don't have $6 million. So right now it's on hold till either, I don't know, till somebody finds a money tree.
Did we get 3 bids for that or just one?
We didn't get bids for anything.
No?
It's the estimate from our engineering.
Anticipated
Right.
expense.
Because the problem is too, it's not as simple as building the courthouse. Utilities need to be moved, the whole the whole
Yeah,
drainage and parking and everything of the,
You're gonna construct the building. I would-
that's,
it's not,
Part of the
right,
bids.
right, it's not just part of constructing the building,
What would it
it's all
cost
sorts
the
of stuff.
town to ask for 3 bids?
We would have to go out for a formal RFP for that.
And it goes on some kind of like state contract reporter, for the public to bid on, is that,
Yeah,
Goes
there's
to
legal
newspaper.
obligations when we go out to bid for that type of.
and that's gonna cost us how much?
Well, I'm not sure what was in the
Probably
original.
time and effort.
Yes, but potentially it could have been in LaBella's proposal. I haven't read it that in depth or
I just
recently to
don't
know.
think we should cut ourselves short because someone says that number, I could build Yankee Stadium annex for $6 million, you know? Bigger bullpen.
Yeah. I just want to let you know that whatever we do and whatever amount it's going to be, we will have to go out for bid or out for bond.
Right, we'd have to
We'd have to
borrow more
acquire
money.
more debt.
I would just like to get it,
So-
not today, but that's gonna be something I think we should do, hopefully, through the years. It's just to get a better understanding. The
How are
future,
we doing
10 years
on
from now,
our
that courthouse ain't gonna make it.
bond allocations.
We,
We have a quantity of,
yeah, I haven't looked at it in a while. It was high up there, but obviously with the purchase of the water system at 14.6, the state has recognized a bit of fiscal distress because of that debt. Not concerning,
Right.
but now we're on a number. We never had a
The other
number.
thing, the other thing that Ken, yeah, now we have a number. I didn't like it when I saw the number. Ken did tell
Not
me
concerning,
though
no.
that the water, the auditor, that the water bond is exempt from our bond limit, from our borrowing.
constitutional
limit.
debt
that's
limit.
paid by
Right.
the
From our
district,
debt limit.
right?
No, because there's
This
a
is paid
little
by
bit
its own
of,
tax.
because it's water. Water, I
water.
think they eliminate or they take out of that calculation.
So on top of that bond,
We get the community center.
Mendino's
Yep.
and
Community center.
is there any others?
Nope, just those three right now. We just paid off the highway bond, I think, end of last year or beginning of last year, so,
That bond being the expansion over there, right?
Right.
yep.
Cynthia, going back to the court, can you tell me where the county is with the maybe moving into state?
I don't, so
Is
far,
it-
there's nothing.
I'm
So
sorry?
far, there isn't anything because the owners of that property have a contract with State Farm, which are paying them monthly, I guess. So
It's-
they actually can't sell it yet,
Okay,
so it's on hold.
okay, sorry.
Let's talk about what we're talking about, what'd you say?
It's supposed to be a secret.
I wasn't paying attention, no, I am.
Good.
I
Well,
didn't hear anything else.
What about a courthouse? Okay,
all right, ladies.
I gotta go to bed.
Nope, never mind, Al's going to the bathroom. Huh?
So we go to tab what? No.
You will be, assessor will be tab F as in fish tank, or 6.
You're 6.
F6.
Tab 6. For you, way back in the front of the book.
I'm getting too old for this.
Your binder with
You know what? I used to have that same problem when I came on the board. It was like, oh, I'm thumbing through everything. 10 years, I finally got it.
I buy binders every.
What'd you say your tab was? Numbers?
You ready for this?
6.
Yes, I'm gonna be quick, like I always am.
See, the
No
other thing
fluff.
I don't have is the index in the
All
front.
in my little.
Index is right above the, oh, no, I didn't. You want my index?
No, I'll use Paul's book.
You wanted your binder really early.
I did.
You're just trying to kill me.
Well, watch out for the chorus.
right.
Don't act.
Where am I?
Assessor, F and
There were
six,
some
so
years
right
I
here.
didn't have
But it
tabs
doesn't
either.
say that
It was like-
anywhere on
I,
there.
you know,
F6.
I have
F6
so many
processor.
binders in my closet.
Okay.
I gave,
All right.
So there you go.
I gave a bunch of them.
I need the remedial
Yeah.
binder
I'm sure I have more.
in the jumbo print. Thank you.
It might say GE on it, though.
You can have a bagel if you want, Tim. Tim?
I put them out.
Tim,
Mr. Mosman? Jeez. What, you
you need a
deaf?
bagel?
There's bagels over there if you want a bagel.
I'll be right back, I'm sorry, the assessor's office is getting me a cup of coffee, they know how to start things off right.
Yeah.
While you're up, sir,
I didn't get coffee because last year, everybody brought their own coffee.
I'm already out.
This
Kind of
year,
a thing.
Barb brought hers, right?
And it's kind of chilly in
you
here.
go.
I could go for another.
I had no faith.
I should have called Steve back in the interim here.
You had blueberry muffins also, Barb?
No, oh yeah, she's got muffins.
Good for her.
Maybe I'll bring muffins next time.
Bagels are healthier.
Are they?
Less sugar or anything.
Oh. And I told him just to mix
I
it
wish I
up.
liked them, but they hit my stomach like a lead brick.
Yeah, they're kind of,
I cannot eat
Yeah.
bagels. They're just
Bagels,
so dense. I feel like I can't eat for the rest of the day.
well, you should have one.
That's the whole idea of them.
I know.
You don't want everything.
No, my
to be
husband sends me to work with a protein shake every day.
Oh, does he?
You need to,
So my father-in-law just made an Tate's
you know, he hit
cookie,
6
Ina
moves,
Garden
like,
icebox.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mocha.
yeah.
I love Tate's cookies.
Well, I had a back injury. I was out
Never
all
had
last
it.
week, so I had an ambulance
Cookies are
ride,
so
a
buttery.
shot of morphine,
Cups are-
and emergency
The bomb.
room.
Oh, it's been so long.
So
since
I have a chiropractor appointment today at 10 o'clock, so
Don't let that bone cruncher hurt you more.
I don't do manual manipulation.
Okay.
Uses just a tap. And then I'll be doing physical therapy probably. I gotta do something,
Back
cause
injuries are not good.
this is
You
the worst
seem-
I've ever
You do
done.
seem to get better during the day.
Yes, it's
This first thing
morning,
this morning, you were,
morning is terrible, cause you're just so stiff
yeah.
from, getting up and then just walk,
Is it a
car ride.
disc issue or is it sciatica?
They won't do a MRI or a CT until you go
Okay.
through physical
You're
therapy.
gonna need a
They
microphone.
won't?
I'm gonna need a microphone.
Yep.
You and Craig could share.
Oh, yeah, you and Craig could share.
Now, since they gave me the coffee, the answer is yes, what's the question?
Jeez, we need.
I was just
gotta
saying I
remember
had a
that.
back injury, so.
Oh, that's not a yes. then.
So I'm gonna make this short and sweet and
What one are we on?
F.
F.
I already read yours yesterday.
good. Thank you for reading it.
Got a lot
I
of
really
You
appreciate it.
got a lot of the word retirement in there, a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I get that point across.
I got it. It starts every sentence.
All right, so Julia can
nothing's
start us
definite.
off there with what's included.
In terms of personnel, as we had mentioned earlier, everybody in this department got a 2.7% COLA and $1 or the equivalent of $1 in their
Per hour, right?
correct. Yep. Within, I don't know how much you've looked at Raylan's budget, but within Raylan's budget request was a slew of transfers and moves regarding her future retirement. So I think she can talk a little bit more about kind of what her plan is with that. But apart from everything else within the tentative, we put the contractual expenses exactly where she requested them. So.
I mean, one thing to note, and we've talked about this before, is that, obviously we get sued for assessments, and the ones that we decide to pursue that are in the Ballston Spa School District, the Ballston Spa School District splits the cost of the legal fees with us. Shen doesn't,
No, they do not.
so.
Right. And we do everything we can to try to settle them before they get to this point. So, I don't believe that our legal fees are astronomical by any means.
But that's the split half-half, right, with the
No,
school
the,
district?
the amount that's in the budget is the full amount. The school then,
Splits that in half.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
So
we have
it's-
an offsetting revenue for $50,000.
So, overall, this budget that I'm proposing is a decrease of $34,871.
And that's because the cost of GAR, our assessment consultant,
Right,
is less this year than it was last year. They did the prep work it's less next year than it was this year.
Right.
They did a lot of the
bulk of the
prep
work
work
has been done this
for
year.
the revale, right, their work.
Right.
So-
So basically, like I said, this is a decrease of $34,871 overall, and that is projecting that Jessa would potentially become the assessor. Krista would move up to Jessa's position of valuation assistant. So we're promoting from within, which I think is really what we should be doing.
Yeah.
We put all this training and cost into somebody and, you'd like to see them move on and move up. Jessa knows the town, she's prepared to take over. She lacks an ethics course, which is a 2-hour course, which she will be taking before next year comes around. You are not certified as an assessor until you are appointed as an assessor. So she can't be certified until she's appointed.
Your position is an appointed position.
It is. It's a 6-year.
It's a 6-year term,
Six-year appointment.
Right.
and that's
Jessa would
statewide,
assume
right?
the rest of my term. So she
And then she would
would,
have to get a new appointed, and that appointment is
In 5 years.
nominated by you.
Us,
supervisor, the
town
board.
board,
town board.
we decide.
The town board decides. I can tell you right now, there are 16 openings in the state for assessor.
And a lot of those are right here in the Capital District.
So
then-
there is a shortage of assessors. That's why I hope that everyone will take the time to read through my outline, because it's very important that you understand where I'm coming from with what I'm asking for. Because there are not valuation assistants out there on a list to hire. There's not going to be assessors to hire.
Is
And our-
valuation assistant a civil service?
It is civil service. There were 3 or 4 people on that list. Most of them have jobs in assessment offices already. I really firmly believe that our salary structure needs to be looked at. It's so out of line, it's ridiculous. And if you read my outline, you'll see why I'm saying that.
Do we have a copy of that yet?
Your outline?
Yes. you
It's in
should-
your book.
You should have
It is
this.
in the book, okay.
Yes, and I'm asking, I know that you guys are in a tough spot, because there has got to be at least one person in every department that deserves a promotion. And we have no money. And while we're sitting here talking about sheriffs and court buildings and whatever, we need to cut the fluff and start thinking about the people that work here and stay here and are committed to having a career with the town. You're not gonna find any more loyal people than you have right now, and I think if you wanna keep them, that's the only way that you're gonna do it.
I think we got plenty of money to do both.
We're looking for you.
It's the income part, it's not the
Revenue,
money.
yeah.
Yeah, we're fine.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm only one vote.
My nervousness is always
I
that.
figured I agitate in the wall, so that's, I'm doomed. But anyhow,
You woke everybody up.
I'm looking at the salary scale. So I'm reading this, right, this N6. Is that goes from N6, 16 to 26? Is that how that reads? That's the scale?
No,
It says from the N6 mid structure to the N6 max structure. If you walk me through that one time, I will understand it. So I think I can follow it, 'cause I see the 38, 39, and then I just don't know. It says N6 to N6 though, you know what I'm saying? N6 mid to N6 max.
Yes, so are you looking at?
I'm looking at her line item,
Yes. Yep,
On-
okay.
right,
the pay scale. I'm not looking at that sheet, I'm looking
No,
at,
I know, I have the same
this sheet.
information here.
this is the scale, right?
yeah, you're looking, he's looking at
Yep,
the
so the minimum for N6,
N6.
N6,
Which is what Jessa is right now.
she's the valuation assistant,
2789.
Okay,
2788,
So-
that's the minimum.
You might get confused with that because we put every single year what the minimum is. You can't follow the line just because the title's there. So if you see the N6 on there, look at that bottom section, that bottom line will be the 2026.
That answers my question. See, I'm smart.
perfect,
The 26 doesn't let me get stepped. It means a year. That's all you had to say. See, I'm slow. I come around fast.
Oh, yeah, that the 26
Well,
means the
that's-
year.
That's exactly how I got
Yeah.
screwed out of 3 years of an increase when Kevin King was here,
There you
because
go.
that was not explained.
That's why I asked stupid questions.
Yes, well, that's not a stupid question.
So what's Jess at
I
now?
try to learn.
What is she in the tentative budget?
She in the tentative budget. You gotta look at hours, because you're an
I
hourly
think
one.
you're cheating her out of a couple pennies because the N6 max is 39.42 and you got
38, 36.
38.36. That's your boss, not me.
That's the list that I had.
You better talk to Kevin. He gave you that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Still getting short change.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
See how I live? Yeah. Good to ask those questions,
I
right?
know, it certainly is.
Anyhow, I got no problem with this.
There's a lot of lines, and I don't wanna say the wrong
30,
line.
so the proposed rate for her is 35.68 in
Yep.
the tentative.
Correct.
And according to the structure for N6, then she's, whatever the top one is, maximum.
Well, as I said. here-
Between midpoint and maximum.
Yeah, but my point is, the minimum salary for assessor under this schedule is 59.7. I mean, that would mean Jessica would be taking a pay cut to take my job, you know
Oh,
what I
well,
mean?
once she has your
Yeah,
job,
I get that.
that's a different
Right.
ballgame.
Yeah, I get that,
Your job will come, once she's the assessor.
right,
This is in the interim.
right.
When did
You're
when did
okay.
that happen?
Huh?
When did she become the assessor?
They like me
Well,
enough.
that's what I'm saying, is in the interim, she'll still be at the rate she's
Coronation,
at.
or would we?
But once Ray Lynn resigns and she becomes the assessor,
Right.
there'll
Well,
be a,
And I think Raylan's assuming that she'd be hired.
Yeah.
Or appointed at minimum or qualified, which that would still be up for discussion when the appointment is.
When that appointment comes, right.
I think she's just making.
But I think in the
point as-
meantime is,
What we're discussing
yes,
right now. yeah.
yes. I mean, you guys will have to make those decisions when that time comes around, obviously. You know, a lot can change in 6 months, but
right, so yeah, the minimum. See, I
Oh,
can't translate those, because
that's what I mean. This whole
salary
thing,
versus-
it needs to be in a format that you guys can understand, obviously, and it's not. I can't understand it, and I've been here for
Well, no,
23 years.
We're still trying to figure
I
it out.
understand it. My thing is I can't translate the hourly to the salary.
Well,
That's
Right,
the
I
other
gotta
thing.
look on
Times
here.
ready? If it's 40 hours, times
Yeah.
2080
Is
times
it
the hour. times the
40
salary.
hours or?
well, right now,
Well,
Jessa's
department
position's
heads are
35,
40 hours. Currently, they are 35.
Jessica's at 35,
Right.
or,
35 hours per week.
Krista?
Right.
Jessica.
Krista
Krista
and
also.
Jessa are both 35 hours. So that's just my point.
Is that because?
Every- I don't know why that is,
Are
actually.
the jobs union jobs?
So I
I
think,
ask that only because the CS salaries
Yeah.
are,
I don't know how it ever got to be a 35-hour position.
35, because I got guys at 37 and a half hours, like, dude, where
Yeah.
you going?
so they
I
are
do
civil
40, does 37.
service positions. And I don't know if at one point someone thought that civil service dictated the number of hours, but that's not the case for the town, so I.
No, I
don't
didn't
think
know.
that's-
I was just
That's why
asking.
it
How are
originally
we
was
coming up
35.
arbitrarily, and everybody does 40 except for
I know.
some people?
Assessors in court.
I
Not
mean,
to put you on the spot.
but there's no reason why she couldn't be a 40-hour work week.
No, but it just would seem a little off to mandate that
After
halfway
the
through her
fact.
career, yeah.
Right, right, yeah. Well,
And
she-
it would be up to you.
I'm kind of, yeah.
yeah, she's working toward that now, anyway.
Trying
But
to get used
Just
to it.
to make a long story short, I just want you guys to please, when you're done with everybody, take the time to go through and read these, like I said, because we spend a lot of time on this.
Put it together, yeah.
And like I said, there's gotta be somebody in every department that deserves something. You
Yeah.
guys are gonna have to make a tough decision, but I think it needs to be fair across the board.
That's
this is
pretty
when-
much what we've been contemplating
This
over
is
the
when the
last
fingers
year.
start getting pointed and he got and
No,
she got
no,
and it's not
please
fair
don't.
and, you
Oh,
know.
you missed the whole first beginning.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad I missed it. I'm glad I missed it. What I don't know, don't hurt me, right?
You don't wanna hear it
Yeah.
either.
No, I don't. And everything else that's in here is basically, there's nothing in here that I don't need, you know,
There's no
postage,
surprises.
supplies, it's all.
It's all,
You know.
yeah.
Yeah, but you're saying that 52,000 is because you're leaving early, so but that will be part of
They'll be
next.
part of my salary left over for
Got it.
Right.
the promotion of, hopefully,
Jessica.
of 2 people in the department to move up. And then we'll be hiring a new clerk.
But just to
At
let you all
starting.
know, that's not how it's reflected in the tentative, so that's why,
Oh, no, you gotta get the full salary, because she's staying, she ain't leaving.
right.
I'm out of here.
How much work does Gar put into his yearly work here? I mean, is it like,
They do all of our statistical analysis.
And our-
RPS is not set up for us to be able to do that. They do all of our modeling.
They do commercial
They
too.
do all the commercial stuff. Without them, we would not be able to maintain like we are. We would have to just do building permits, and just add new construction to
the
the role.
updates, yeah?
Yeah, and we wouldn't even be able to trend. The state wouldn't even allow us to trend.
What do other towns use for their modeling?
Well, Moreau is using GAR, Wilton had GAR, and I'm not sure whether they still have them for their commercial. Saratoga has GAR to help with their commercial. GAR was just taken on by
I
the
read,
county. They're doing,
To do the imaging.
to do the, yep.
that's right. I saw
So, you know, they have more of a presence now here in the county. Like I said, Dave Barnett is a town resident.
Right.
So, you know, he's not going anywhere. And they, you know, they have a statewide database out to Buffalo, so that, you know, is very helpful. They will be at the conference next year, or in Lake George next week, with all the state assessors. So they have a presence.
Are you
with
gonna be
all
there?
of them.
You guys are going to that?
Yeah, yes. So that's it, folks.
All right.
That's all I got for you.
Thanks, Ray.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah, I'm on the mend. I just gotta keep moving around. It's kinda hard to do a job not in a desk, you know?
I went to somebody's,
I was
Oh,
there
yeah?
for years.
culverts were big.
Oh, boy. Thanks, guys.
All right, yeah, thank you. See ya.
Thank you. Next tab is,
Highway.
I think they should be under H, but they're under Q. So it's Q or 17, Barb.
Yeah, this is all gobbledygook too.
I think you did this on purpose.
I didn't.
I can go get you Paul's binder.
Does Paul's have numbers?
1 year, I got the one with the number.
The only thing he doesn't have is an
I
index.
could, what, and I look
Hey,
every
Raj.
time, what number?
hey, how you
what number?
doing? Good, good.
I'm already befuddled.
I've been there.
I kept thinking,
Do you want Brian to come up or no?
I didn't even understand why.
He's
Agency already made
he's
it.
welcome
I
to,
don't know.
you're welcome to come up
I
here,
got the
Brian.
numbers last year.
You can just make faces back there.
I declined that.
You get to pay up on the letter.
All right, so, for highway, he of course asked for a bunch of equipment, as always. We provided for, again, for everybody, the 2.7 COLA and the dollar for non-union employees. I think the only non-union employee now is Brian, right,
At this time, yeah.
at this time? 'Cause-
Nancy.
Oh, Nancy, yeah.
Oh, yes.
And her too.
Yeah.
And that's another thing is, just for information, is Nancy also is planning to retire. And so Roger, for years, has requested a full-time person. So we provided for a full-time admin for him when Nancy
When
retires.
does Nancy leave?
She says May.
April or something?
Yeah, I think she said
or
May.
March, something like that.
Something that
So-
begins with an M.
Yeah.
I think she, the other day she said May.
It's over
She's
30.
really gonna retire, or
That's-
she just?
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think she wants to retire
she
now, but
keeps
she wants to get her
hanging
time in.
Yeah, she's got to work till then to get, because she's been part-time. So it took a few more years for her to get.
Part-time for the building department, part-time for me.
Oh, is there a knife over there for those bagels, John? I should have brought it. I don't know if there was a knife.
They're not allowed in the town hall, are they? Weapons?
Oh,
Go there. Don't go there.
Only before Thanksgiving.
so there's equipment, a pickup with a plow, backhoe replacement, skid steer, and a 25-ton trailer.
That would be replacing the other one.
Now that,
The two things that we didn't provide for in this that he requested are the crack filler machine and a camera for pipe.
this camera pipe for 100,000, that's scope, water pipe or what kind of pipe?
Storm sewer. Storm sewer pipe. Or when we have a issue like
So you know,
Malta Ridge Fire and up
They're
there.
only
And
about 12 feet
and we,
wide, right?
my new thing with, huh?
How long are they, those, the ones you're,
300 to 500 feet.
oh, really, that long?
Yeah.
Okay.
so if
Yep.
you had to
So-
contract that out, what is the
Well,
cost of
well,
having?
you don't usually contract it.
No,
You borrow it.
It just
Use
gets
another
clogged.
town.
And they,
But
What's that?
sometimes I try to use another town's.
Oh, okay, I
But
got you.
sometimes they're not available. But
Got you.
so, my new road standards, and one of the things we've been doing, because it happened in another town, is to TV all the storm sewer before we take over the road. So, because National
TV,
Grid
what's-
is not.
what's
can-
that acronym mean, TB, what?
a
TV
Oh, TV.
to record it, yeah.
To make sure the pipe is all together, there's no dents, we found an issue up at Thompson Farm last year, the National Grid just dug right through it. So, and that's the responsibility of the
Before we jump into the deep end, so you're saying CCTV every culvert and big storm?
storm drains in the road and cross, this is a storm sewer, because most roads have
Under
whole
roads.
systems.
I got it, I'm just saying CCTV and a whole bunch of storm sewers, it's probably costing a pretty penny, no?
$100,000, right?
Yeah,
Well, they just need the equipment, and then the manpower would be.
yeah.
So will
But we
they,
do it when before we take over the road.
I gotta understand, you gotta look and see everything.
And
but
also
to-
if we have a
but to-
problem
But
somewhere.
to move out and say, we're gonna have a CCTV monitoring this culvert here for like next 20
oh,
years.
they're not gonna monitor them, they're just gonna look at them before we take over the
Just
road.
Send it up and take a look at
It's an
it.
inspection
Yep.
device, got it.
Yep.
Okay, I thought you would've
We
sitting
also
there,
use a company,
eye in the
Precision.
sky, looking at the water. swept.
We don't
They can't see
monitor
down the pipe.
24/7.
Jamie watches the Eagles, and then put the Eagle right by the stormwater, you know?
Okay.
So.
Oh, yeah, we all
Half
watch
Moon
the
had
Eagles.
one that the town took over the road and it was 11 feet deep and all the utilities were in there. The pipe was crushed and.
I just
It's a-
conceptually trying to get my head around what.
So
what you're
let me ask you this then, just, unrelated to buying the equipment, but so like Mountain View, will that be inspected?
Well, he decided to do it and that's what I asked yesterday.
Right.
To our,
remember we
his
talked
thumb
about it.
drive so we can review the thumb
Okay,
drive.
so he's gonna do it.
Normally,
Right,
like over to Thompson
yeah,
Farms, I had Half Moon come up.
right.
And they did it with, I give them a couple guys and we
And
TV'd the whole thing.
Does the Village of Round Lake have one?
They have one, but it's not always as long enough
Oh.
to go from catch basin to catch basin.
So
I
is it,
found that problem
is,
over in,
is that something that now, obviously, the existing stuff is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But is that something that we could just require as part of our road
you could.
dedication to
you could,
require the,
in times
The developer
past,
to do
when
it?
we let the contractor or the engineer do something,
Yeah, these things ain't getting clogged right when they build it, but if you got the 11-year
we had
project,
a
Crushed
issue,
issue, I
we had an
think.
issue over to Park Place. All of a sudden, there was a hole there. And I had Round Lake, they couldn't get from one end, couldn't get to the center of it, the storm sewer, to TV what was going on.
yeah,
Because now some of the cellar drains are tied into it, sump pumps are tied into it. So we're not responsible for that. But when they tie in, they don't necessarily make the good connection. So that's why we asked for that.
I see that as
But,
a valuable piece of equipment.
So Roger, if you had to prioritize your wants, how would you do this
Um,
on your equipment?
the only thing I would switch what was there is I would switch the skid steer with the crack filler. And if you wanted to add the camera, that would be whatever, but we just wouldn't get the skid steer.
So that would be
put at the bottom.
Right, right. I think that, we can manage that, right? Take the skid steer out and put the crack filler in and borrow the cameras for now, when you need them.
Yeah, that's what you wanna do.
Okay. Roger,
Or I'll get Precision to come out and do it.
can you explain to me, layman's term, your $5 million endowment that you have for the highway, I say endowment, you have $5 million?
Your fund balance.
Your fund
I
balance?
didn't know it was that high.
All right, well, we probably need to know
I'm
exactly
not
to the
privy
dollar.
that material.
We've talked about it a few times, but yeah, I estimated at the end of the year, or at the end of last year was, I think, 4.8, almost 5.
I just want to get to the mechanism where it's easy for you to dip into that to get things
So
done.
fund balance is the most liquid version of money to take,
Say what?
is the most liquid
So it's
Form of
very
money.
accessible.
With
for highway.
conditions, right?
Highway.
Yep.
So all I'm looking to do is do highway.
I mean, we have to appropriate.
We
it.
have to do that, not Roger.
Right.
All right, we got a lot of money for you to get a lot of work done. All right, is that where we're at? $4.8 million. Get on it.
Well,
So
The problem is he doesn't have enough people to do the work.
Baby steps. Prioritize.
So we,
Now, all kidding aside, though, it's the easiest way, if he needs something to get done, and something popping up, we scoped out something, the camera says busted, we gotta fix it, he's got money to go in there and fix it as a contingency for what's out of operational needs. Am I saying that
Yeah.
right?
In
Yeah,
other words, I
yeah.
think he's saying is,
Yep.
Just wanna make
where
sure.
can we use that money in the budget?
No,
Well-
for highway.
highway.
yeah,
But is there any other conditions that we have to
Just a
satisfy?
board
to
meeting.
use it?
Right.
just a board meeting to appropriate the money.
Approve the
No,
transfer.
listen, I'm not looking to steal his money from, I want to make it for highway, but again, I understand manpower to get things done. I just want to make sure everyone understands that, things pop up and disputes, and sometimes, one step forward, 3 steps back type deal is, I'm in the repair, replace kind of mindset when I see a problem, and get a solution instead of, we got highway problems, I sleep better at night knowing that there was a mechanism
Right,
to assist us. Thank you.
right.
I've used it in the past for like, big culvert pipes that we had somebody come in to cover.
Right.
Big repairs.
You can use
Had
what it's
an
supposed to be.
emergency
That's wise,
Just
yeah.
something-
I just
right.
don't want you to be gun
I have to
shy.
go to the town board.
I don't want you to be gun shy of like, hey, you know what, this ain't in the budget, it's easy to get right here, I need a quick $20,000-$30,000, boom, there you go.
But that's our allocation, that's not Roger's, right?
Right.
Did we appropriate, no, instead of adding stormwater, did we add the stormwater?
No, you
I don't know
cut
what you mean by
some.
add.
Yeah,
So,
We asked for
one of the
additional
things that's, one of my notes on the stormwater is, we're sitting with a bill for that stormwater of the repairs on the roundabout at Shango and Round Lake Road, that I haven't got that bill yet. I've been chasing Evolution. That was one of my questions yesterday when I was down there, is, they haven't sent out the bill yet,
yeah.
for whatever
They-
reason.
They seem to be a little slow on their billing these
Yep.
days.
I don't know why, but they
Yeah.
are. And, so,
Well, that'll be this year's appropriation anyway, budget transfer. They did the repairs down it.
Yeah, that was already accomplished on the 284
Right.
amendment.
you cut the snow removal by 50 grand. I didn't,
Yep.
you know,
So
One never knows.
the reason why highways always has a $5 million budget is because we over budget, underspend, which is sometimes a good thing, but to a certain extent. So cutting down the values, if you look at the 2025 actual, that's based off of why the tentative budget reflects the amount that it does. It's because we don't want to continuously overfund.
No, we don't want to
certain
overfund,
fund.
and there's a security net, for
Right.
highway, we're not depleting them, looking like Mother May I, when
Right.
something comes up, it's like, no, you got plenty to handle it, you got plenty to handle for years. So if we take some, of your operation course that you would normally get for this year's budget and sprinkle it around, it's all good for the town, it's all good for the highway department, it's good for the residents.
If
Maybe not you as much as personally, but,
it's not my money.
exactly, right?
not my
Not
money.
your savings
And
account.
if it turns out that we do have a heavy snowfall, and our season and our
We
budget
have-
for snowfall goes over.
Back.
Don't salt down by the lake.
So, but payroll is not, I guess it is. So
Are you
they
looking
still
at
do.
So, yep, so payroll is all over the place for highway. They have money in the general fund because they do, repairs not related to highway. They have money sprinkled throughout the DB fund because of, machinery, road repairs,
Rogers
brush,
pays and the
snow,
pay.
stormwater. So what I did was I took their salaries overall. I estimated a good chunk of change for overtime, and then I sprinkled it across those allocation, or those departments, so.
Did
So
you-
one might be up one year just based off of, history, but it might be down in a different department.
He,
Well, this is saying it's a $42,000 increase.
that's,
That's
you're
his
looking at his
request.
request, not the appropriations.
Okay.
But he's also gotten here for a copier. Did you
That was for
appropriate for the
office, yeah.
copier?
Um,
It's a VA fund.
Yeah, I don't know, there's a problem with the copier over there. And I don't know if it's leased or we own it or pay per copy for
we-
maintenance.
It's in the
own-
building, in proximity to the highway department. Can we spend the funds on that? I say yes.
so I don't believe I put the copier in because he didn't put it within his request, but let me just double check on that one. We did, we put in $3,600 for a copier.
All right, so the other thing is, I'm pretty sure Roger wants to advocate for an employee
Right.
that above and beyond the 2.7 plus 1.
For Brian, last year, my two working the union people got basically a $3 an hour raise. And, my two working supervisors, which one is no longer gone, and one of them, that was one of the reasons for him leaving. I wanted to adjust that, and because the union contract wasn't settled at the time of the budget last year. I've been on Cynthia since last December to advocate for these people. And, the COLA and the amounts to like 95 cents for Brian. And you're gonna add $1. From where he's at, he needs about, $7 an hour to come up to where the union is. So if you go above the COLA and the $1 that's proposed, you're gonna add about $5.
Let me see that. I doubt he's getting $7 increase, though.
Just my chicken scratch. And, in my request was 20% for both of the highway working supervisors, and, that was gonna take care of that, but, it's a whole lot less. And, Brian's doing a really good job, even after the other guy left and retired. So,
And I will, reiterate that now that there's only one working supervisor instead of two, he's taken on the job duties of both of those.
but you're not eliminating that other high.
Well, no, we're not eliminating, but
Okay.
you weren't talking about replacing it
still
at this
looking
point
for it.
anyway, yeah.
We're still looking for.
Well, Roger, you'd be happy to know that we're gonna do a salary study in the future. Take care of these problems, all
Only
right?
if you agree to appropriate the money.
All right, we're paying
we
double, right?
promised
30,000,
we're talking about it.
I mean, your ship has come in, all right?
Yeah, that's
You
what
got,
I've
you got
been
the
doing.
dollar, you get the 150, and then
First it was
everything
we're gonna look
thereafter.
at it, Then it was
salary
90
study.
days. So, that's my request for there.
No, I understand. I'm not making joking. I'm just a little bit.
Yeah. Always gotta have a little humor.
You got it.
Else here.
Bottom line, you're gonna be making more money.
saying
You're
nothing.
gonna be making more money. It just
I
depends
think
how
you'll know a
much.
few people here too.
I think everyone's gonna be making more money. It just depends how much.
Yeah. So, I don't know what you think about that, but, that's my priority concern the way the budget's laid out.
Now, I got something here, a lot of this capital fund stuff up here, right?
I don't think any of it's the highway garage.
No.
Maybe the old highway garage. I don't even think we had old highway garage. with
You don't have anything for the highway in there, in capital funds?
Here's something.
It's got paving a parking lot,
highway garage.
sandblasting,
This
paving a parking lot.
This is only facilities, not equipment.
Oh, that's right.
No,
They
but-
forget, they only mowed our lawn a couple times this year, so. We're not part of
No
the
highway
facility.
You wouldn't
garage,
fix their
no
lawn.
highway
Wait,
miscellaneous.
I mean, serious, am I missing something? We got a whole bunch of paving on here. He got money.
He can't.
You can't.
His funds are only related to road expenses, highway roads, so
Not even my
not,
parking lot.
not paving for
Yeah,
parking
not even your
lots.
parking lot.
This is the yearly update that you're,
Well, I think cut 17.
Shouldn't say
You should
update,
get
but
anything. You got the whole.
yearly
So where are we
resurface.
on the salary for Brian? We're getting off the.
We're
subject
not,
here.
we're not actually making,
We're not making decisions. We
Making
got your
decisions.
recommend.
This is the same thing I heard last year.
well, we're gonna go into an
mean-
executive session after we hear everybody's request.
Well, I could say no right now, if you would like. The answer is no.
That's fine.
In
You
other
can
words-
humor me with that.
I'm being serious.
We're
So
not
you wanna be
doing
highway
anything
superintendent?
today.
No,
Oh, gee.
Well,
I'm not doing a $7 increase, that ain't
Pull your
happening.
keys out, Raj.
but we will,
There we go.
don't joke about that.
No, I'm not
No,
joking.
it's a private thing.
I'll say no to
you
$7,
go. Your
but
pickup now, buddy.
I just said everyone is getting a pay raise. That in fact is happening.
And
Oh,
we,
that there?
Now
You
you-
call that a raise? Cost of living is just to stay status
Well,
quo.
listen, Roger, in fact, the fact is, it is a raise, it's not a decrease. Now, you might not like the raise, but in fact, it is a raise.
Hey, we still got
Now,
our
does
lights
it, does
on.
it meet what the cost of
Is
living
that like
is?
going up steps?
Listen, argue with people who make coal and stuff like that. I'm just telling you, ask me an honest question, I'll give you an honest answer. Yes on some of it, no on some of it, and it has to be decided amongst all of
Yeah,
us. So
we-
if you think it's the same as old last year, well, deja vu.
Let me ask you, you're in the military, right?
No, I'm not.
No? But you were in the
I
military.
was in the military.
Right. Did the officer make more than the guy he was over?
We have a standard, everyone across the nation gets paid the same off a chart, and we get increases by COLA. Al Rickey don't get more because he's a superstar or a dud. It is based on your position.
That sounds like government
And-
right there.
And the pay scale is publicized. So it's very easy to find out what a military officer makes. And yes, the officers make more than enlisted because there's a rank structure. It's like a general made more than me.
May I ask some simplistic questions? And being not an engineer or a highway specialist, one can see, I've lived in Malta now close to 20 years. It's very different in the last 20 years. Can you talk a little bit about the addition of new developments, the type of roads? How much over the last, just go even 5 years, has the responsibility, the mileage in roads increased? The need for additional personnel in what way? What's been the impact of the growth?
Well, there's been quite an increase in roads. And the developments, I sit in on, I just came from a planning agenda meeting. We got a lot of different people trying to, Malta's a hot spot. And a lot of people want to be here. And we need to do it right. And the impact of the downtown on the highway is going to be significant. From hauling snow and loading snow and because of the road configurations. I brought that to several town boards. And the apartments that are going in, the traffic. When we just do a road, it's not drop a paver and pave it. We got to fix the catch basins and make sure all the infrastructure, there's no sense of doing the road if the infrastructure isn't right. So, a lot of moving parts because we're in MS4. I'm not a stormwater person, but we have to fix what the stormwater people want us to fix and take care of what every development that goes in. I spent a lot of time down in Mountain View. It was a bad deal. I need cooperation from other departments to facilitate that, you know, I'm trying to keep the cost down of the highway department and, the way some of the zoning and development's going, it's costing the highway department a lot of money. And that's why the budget keeps on going up. I mean, since I've been here, there's probably 10 or 15 miles of centerline miles of road that's been put in. And,
We took away 7 in the tech
Yeah.
park. We took away 7 in the tech
yeah,
park.
We did.
yeah, thank
So was
God.
that a net 15?
Can you just remind me which roads in Malta are you not responsible
Oh,
for?
a lot.
Yeah.
Anything owned by
All the
or
state and the county roads.
The state and the
Yeah,
county roads?
we used
you
to
were
plow
not-
one county road, but we don't anymore.
Well, I'll say
They
this.
took it over.
I'll say this about the highway department. The highway department and your assets and your people is, if not one of the best things about this town in your department. I'll be honest about that. There ain't a lot of complaints about the potholes, and the highway department do a great job, snow removal. So all kidding, you know, not kidding aside, is that I've always said that the highway department is one of our best assets that we got. That is not the weak link in our department as a municipality. It's the strong link. It's the strong. You know, listen, you drive around here, the
I would
roads are
hope
pretty,
so.
the roads are nice, they're plowed, timely. You know, you went from 17 employees in 2019, you went all the way down to 11 last year, now back up to 13. So yes, you're shorthanded some people and some operators and supervisors. I got that. But, you know, so I agree with you on that. So people will get a pay increase, some will get more, some will get not as much more, but that's where we stand right now. It's under consideration.
The only,
All I'm asking is them to be at least even with the union.
I understand
And
that.
far as the complaints, we try to keep them in-house. That's why you don't hear about
And
it.
then sometimes will it be incremental? Maybe,
well,
but
the other thing is, it's kind of fun, is pretty much every time we get a complaint about a road, I get to say, oh, that's a county road. Call
So-
them.
So you're investigating the pay raise on Brian, right?
Yes.
And we got the full-time secretary, and that will be 40 hours?
Is she
Okay.
40 hours now?
yeah, keep it easy.
She's
part-time.
30 hours right now, but I have budgeted at 40
Okay.
hours.
Okay. And do you know what the salary you've budgeted for that? I hope it's gonna be somewhere close to 25?
Hang on.
Susan, I got the hiccups.
Highway admin. Oh.
What's
You're
the
not, they didn't do it for what she's making.
Because that's out of the general fund. For whatever
Yeah.
reason, my salary's off the general
I
fund
know.
and yours is too.
I know.
I don't know.
Do we know what that is, Al? She's looking it
She's
up.
looking.
I'm just looking at it now. I have it budgeted at 70,000. I have it budgeted at 70,000, because there will be a moment of training in the beginning of the year, so you can hire somebody,
So you'll have Nancy and somebody
right.
for a period of
And
time.
for that position, for budgeting reasons, I have it at 2250.
And that can't be changed later?
Everything can be changed.
Yeah,
Okay. Depending on the person, correct?
depending on the
Well,
person.
it'd be depending on the position, how it was established, what's in this pay
This is
structure,
just
but,
budgeted,
yep,
draft budget.
yep.
Okay. The other two things I got, obviously, I've been asking for additional salt storage, okay? And that's a capital project? We got the salt shaker, we're all set, we're all set. And,
it
I
is
lost my dumping area, so, there's been numerous years that I've put on there about a staging area, which most everything gets recycled now.
So
That
legal,
hasn't been addressed either, and those are capital projects.
It is on the capital project.
Wow,
It's identified.
wow.
legally speaking,
How far down is it? Is it on the bottom?
No, these are not, these are not by,
Priorities and all, it's just.
priorities. I think I actually have it for 20, yeah, I had it for 2025.
Legal
We
is the
didn't
only
get there.
section's got a question mark, so.
Yeah.
Well,
It's only
that's-
been on my report every month for
I got a question for you,
12
legal,
years.
of the balance fund for the highway. That can't be used for salt?
Nope.
Nope.
Salt, yeah, salt shed, no.
It can be used for
It's like what
salt
came
shed.
first.
It
the chicken
cannot.
or the egg?
Oh, it
We're
cannot.
protecting the salt.
No infrastructure is highway funds,
So we can buy the salt, but we can't protect it.
Can't store it anywhere.
We can't store it.
not with the same funds.
Yeah,
So why were you even talking about it? What?
Because I brought it up.
I mean, one of the things about the salt shed though to note is last year, we needed a lot of salt. He couldn't buy it in big enough bulk. And then it got to the point where there was kind of a salt shortage. So we were, so we were looking at a point where there was gonna be a big storm and he may, or I think you did get it, but if you had a salt shed where you could store enough
Either I
salt.
can't get it or they don't have it.
Right.
You know
It seems
what I
like
don't
every year.
understand, though? Since we started talking about the salt shed, the estimates on it have gone down, haven't they?
No.
Not up.
Don't give those back to him.
I'm the highway superintendent now.
I thought.
You
we
don't
were
want that
talking
job.
About $750,000.
Yeah, I'll give you my sweatshirt. It'll fit.
I thought we were talking about $750,000, $800,000 in the early stage of this, when we met with the contractor.
I don't remember those figures.
I don't remember
To
those.
be honest with you.
Now we're talking real low
I don't
numbers,
want to campaign 2 years every year.
2s and 3s.
Salt shed still
I'll
hasn't
change it.
changed.
Change it to 4.
There you go, now
And
you're
at
talking.
that time, we were doing a lot of the prep work on the foundation for it.
I don't remember those numbers. I know you were in the conversation with the
He
people
came
that
up
build
here
them.
from Rochester
Mhm.
with his
His wife.
wife, and we, thanks, Raj. And we walked through the whole process, and I thought it was like 700.
Actually, I do think I remember that, Craig, because I remember looking at the 25% contribution, and it'd be
Yeah.
about 200,000.
That quote was from the same people, so I don't know. Same
Maybe
subject.
he's working for less.
I don't know.
Join
I
the
don't know.
crowd, Right, Raj?
I don't know. So,
I might even have all those flyers at home still.
yeah, I know you were in that meeting,
Yeah, it was.
so.
That was years ago.
All right,
So what, we still looking for land for a staging area, or? What's the
yes.
story with the tech park? Because Mark was saying they had property over there, and you were saying you were gonna meet with them.
I
Right.
heard that also.
I mean, last time I asked Brendan, he's like, you know, yeah, we'll let you know, but now they aren't even,
Who's Brian?
they're not paying, Brendan, the community liaison for Global Foundries, government liaison. He had said at one time that they could probably find 10 acres for us over there. We do own some land, but there's some question about whether or not it's wet or, we just never went over there. You and I were supposed to go over there.
Why don't we let,
Because we're thrown out of the dumping area, so.
why don't we let Roger have direct coordination if they're getting 10 acres free, right? You don't have to write no checks. I would pursue that to the utmost
Yes.
ability
Yeah.
of your ability.
Yep,
You got my vote.
yep, but I don't,
You know what?
Get no direction from us though.
Right.
Negotiate free 10 acres, that's direction, go. Make it happen.
I'll try to set up a meeting next week for you and me and Brendan to sit down and talk.
that's fine.
'Cause I know
Yeah.
we've been talking about this for years, and it just hasn't come to any.
12,
I mean,
it's on his
The
thing.
the highway only owns what we have there,
Right.
okay, or.
How many years you been talking about this thing?
10 years for me.
Yep,
Yeah,
What's
that's,
it
you're
in
right.
every
that
monthly
football's in the end zone by now.
New game,
New game.
go get them. I'm all for it.
All right.
I'm being serious.
Anything else?
They're gonna give you 10 acres, we'll take it.
Just, on the budget, I see there was a big discrepancy in the amount for the machinery.
Yep,
Is that because, we had rollover?
correct, yep.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
anything that was budgeted and encumbered in a previous year that was not spent will increase the budget for the next year. So it's coming down just because there are
Okay.
previous
We took
All
away
right.
from that,
encumbrances.
right?
No?
I'll take it around and spin around the neighborhood, thanks. Come see me later.
That's not,
I'll call for Uber.
we're not joking about that today.
What's that?
Him giving up his keys.
All the time.
I could be dual-hatted.
We're a little sensitive today about that. All right, thank you.
Okay,
Thanks, Raj.
Other guys, thank you.
sorry I didn't take you into overtime.
We'll send a check, okay?
Yeah. In the mail?
Tell the guys, they are doing a great,
So,
they are doing a great job.
Salaries for the new secretary are up in the air, salaries for Brian are up in the air.
Yeah,
Is
yes.
that-
Yeah,
is
but
that
we'll make
what
a
I'm taking
decision.
from this meeting?
We'll make a decision on Brian for this, when the budget is done. Probably gonna leave the secretary.
I'm just gonna leave this with you.
Right.
He walks out the gate, I'm going with him.
See, I told
That's
you,
all I
don't
can
be
tell you.
joking about
So,
it.
Hey,
He's not walking out there,
what day's your retirement?
right?
Stay?
Please put it in writing.
The next tab is P or 16, and I have an updated sheet
Oh.
because my notes
Thanks,
did not
Roger.
have the dollar, but it was in the budget.
in other words, they changed overnight?
This is who? This is planning change?
Building and
Building and
planning, yeah. So the only thing that was just missing, just from this discussion thing, was the $1 raise.
Yeah.
I'll be
You
back.
said T?
1 minute.
P.
P. My hearing's getting bad.
Want another one?
If that's the correct one, yes.
That is.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't really have any real notes on here. Oh. Oh, this was 2-page, and this one was only 1 page.
Yeah,
These are the-
double-sided.
These are the same page. All right. Hi, James.
So we get rid of the, what's in the binder?
Yeah.
Right, yep.
So obviously, we budgeted in this budget the 2.7 COLA plus the $1 for all staff members.
P or 16, and you're gonna replace,
I see the change here.
right, you're gonna replace these two. Take those out.
Okay, let me see.
All right.
Keep
Jamie's
flipping
here.
back and forth.
The answer is yes. What's the question?
Well, see, that tune has changed from Mr. Ricky. Now, he likes Jamie, so it's yes, what's the question?
They're
we
doing
sta-
the heavy lifting
we
for the whole
sta-
town.
We started out when it was just my request, it was no,
That
what's
was
the
no,
question?
exactly.
What if that hurts my feelings?
It's
You don't-
business, it's not
you don't-
That's a
personal.
sensitive issue.
You don't care.
It's business here, it's
I
not
know.
personal.
Okay,
I like everybody as a person. Listen, I wish everyone would like me as a person, but they don't, I understand that.
you're an acquired taste, so. You have
try.
to, you know,
And some-
Okay.
Sometimes I
Well,
gotta
what
get
do
better
we have
manners.
here?
I agree.
So in this, in the schedule, or whatever it is, which this, you know, do we not differentiate between planner and assistant planner, or a senior planner?
Senior planner should be up top if you're looking at salary.
Management.
Senior code enforcement,
Oh, she's management.
yes.
Okay, senior planner and senior code enforcement.
The under director of Parks and Recreation,
Right.
assessor, senior code, senior
Right.
planner.
Okay, so midpoint but not maximum, you're talking about. And what were the others?
In your thing right here, you got above and beyond the COLA and the hour.
Yes,
You got 3 employees, Adrian, Greg, Erica, and Floria, 4.
Correct.
And for increases,
yes.
okay. And they seem modest at best.
The largest one is Adrian, which I advocated for last year, which you tried to advocate for
Yeah.
mid this year. You know, the disparity in his pay versus what other municipalities have for a similar position is huge.
And I understand it.
As everyone knows, I mean, he's produced a lot of good things, reports, all sorts of analytical things. He helps with Parks and Recreation, you know, pretty much everything that he can. He's working with Melissa to do a lot of things, website, marketing. I mean, it's really endless. And so, in my opinion, you know, his disparity is the largest. Not saying that I didn't advocate for all my people, because I'm blessed to have the work family that I have.
No, when it comes to especially stormwater, even Roger just, admitted to the fact that, this is a new reoccurring increase work that he has to do is stormwater management. And, that's now new in his budget and how he's gonna get that and, and now we're buying a $100,000 camera to make sure that the stormwaters are working. And
No.
Adrian,
We're buying the crack fill.
but all the water flow,
It's still draft.
all the water fills into a catch basin and stuff like that. And Adrian has picked up the mantle on, basically is almost a new branch within our municipality, which has been growing exponentially, and water conservation and proper management is moving higher up the list in the eco world. So I'm kind of all in favor of all this stuff, but I would ask Julia, not to put you on the spot, but anyhow, because we're gonna have a whole bunch of different departments coming in here, some kind of capture of name, position, current, a chart, so I could see, and the
Already
differential.
working on it.
Yep.
Current salary, I'm not talking the 27, well, you could add the 2.7 and the $1 if you want. And then, okay, that's our start, and then what they're asking for an increase
More.
and what that differential, and then, well, really, the bottom line is, with our 40 employees, right, 43, how many we got?
I think we have
See,
57.
now, we're growing by the minute. And then we can see what the actual differential is to make up that difference, so we can have a good understanding. Hey, our salary is gonna increase by this much.
And once we
If-
talk to
if-
everybody,
If we gave everything that they've asked for, and then, of course, then, I don't wanna use Roger's guy's example, but jumping a guy up to 7 right away, that could be maybe incremental, but, so be it.
if I can also say something about Adrian. Again, he's another employee that shows a willingness to do anything that he's asked, even if it involves a different department, and Jamie's always willing to let him do that, and the quality of his work is unparalleled. I mean,
Yes, he needs no oversight or very little.
Right.
Right, and usually it's only if he requests that one of us read over what he's
Right.
done or take a look at to see if we agree.
And-
That's it.
I mean, the other thing is just, while we're here and talking, we all know, the particularly Jamie, Floria, and Adrian have gone above and beyond with the rezoning process. I mean, it's taken up a tremendous amount of time, it's taken up a tremendous amount of everybody's time, but particularly the three of them have
Is
done
Adrian a
outstanding work.
full
Any information
planner
we've asked for, they
Oh, yeah.
provided. It's been
Yep.
very
He's been a
good.
full planner. He has his master's degree. Yep. Bachelor's degree, all the things.
And he's also still going to school, isn't he?
Yes, yep. I'm getting one of his certificates.
never
I
got
forget which
that.
it is. He's very ambitious.
That water gear for them, did we? The submerged into the water?
No, we never got the airboat, right? The airboat?
The scuba gear,
Oh, scuba gear, no.
okay.
We got a machete though, and a crowbar.
We'll get them in that water, set it up.
Well, I want him to get a license to be able to fly a drone, so we could get the.
Now we're talking the future, I like that stuff.
Well, listen, I had put a drone in my budget a
Yep.
few
You did a
years
while
ago.
ago.
You know, Rob, who's our part-time fire marshal, he's halfway through that licensing program, and believe me, there's willingness to do it for sure.
Adrian-
And have it be a tool for our department.
Great.
I actually,
That's great.
I'm probably gonna apply for the county economic development grant for a drone. And it can include training, so
Yeah.
we need a
Good
pilot
to
though.
know.
There is pilot drone training, I know the guys that are doing the wires,
Yep.
You know, they gotta be trained, certified, because they're using FAA airspace, depending on
Right.
over 200
Right.
feet, stuff like that. So there are some parameters that you gotta maintain. It's serious business putting stuff in the air, making sure, especially us, we got airport right down the road here, we got Saratoga up there, recreational, and then we got,
Well,
you
and
know,
you got
Albany.
Global Foundries, which is, no fly
so,
situation.
Right.
it's, and then we can occasionally, get that drone over our annual parade, that'd be good.
Speaking of global, do we have any updates on their plans in the future?
No.
No.
No?
And-
No, I mean, as you know, we have Tom Rinaldi over there who's working part-time, and we
Right.
still have Kathleen, that's Labella, but she works for us too. They are very busy installing tools and kind of retooling the interior of the current fab. So we've seen some increase in permits there, but right now, they're still working to do that. It's my understanding that for 8.2, Global Foundries wants to have a customer first before
heard
they
that
build
too.
the fab,
So-
because they did it the other way the first time.
Yeah,
But they have customers,
No, yeah.
new customers.
They want-
Right, but I think
Substantial.
they're
There's enough
doing the
capacity there.
tools.
They're not at
They
full
wanna have
capacity.
certain
They're
bar-
refitting the inside for
And they-
that,
and-
as I understand
right.
it.
And they're adding a packaging element to part of the building so that in the past,
Within the same building.
within the same building, so that's not any new construction, but it's all new equipment and tools, and so there's
Permit-wise.
sales tax revenue and stuff like that,
Right.
but yeah, we've been told that until they actually have an actual customer that wants the chip that they're planning to build, or they're planning to produce in the new 8.2, they won't do anything, they've got all the permitting they need. There's a couple of
Business, yeah.
there's a couple of things that they have to do to meet the requirements for the $1.2 billion or something else that was proposed.
I heard that.
But we've been told that for now, nothing, but one day they may come in here with their hair on fire. And we assured them that we are ready for
And they
the
have the
firing hair.
plans produced, I've been told.
That everything,
Yes.
All on-
everything is approved.
But of course, if they get a different customer,
That-
that customer
That
may
might
need a
change
little bit
too,
of tweak,
yeah.
right? And so we might have to go back and I'm not saying that we will, but you just never know. So,
Aside from the salaries,
yes,
is there anything in here that you asked for that you're not getting?
no,
Okay.
Yeah, we pretty much appropriated everybody's asks, except for those
for
two,
mine.
except for those two pieces of
What's your,
equipment.
oh, yes,
There seems
you're
to
right.
It seems to be a clearer process this year,
Julie's doing a good job.
from the departments anyways.
All of our department heads are very conscious of budget and expenses and requesting only what's needed, so I think your department heads are good too.
Anything else that you would like to discuss with us, Ms. O'Neill?
I don't believe so. It's pretty straightforward. It's basically the same thing that I had asked for last year, especially with respect to like the clothing allowance and things. Some of it never came to fruition because we're so busy doing all the other things that, as much as it'd be nice to have a nice, Carhartts or LL Bean coats with a nice code enforcement and whatever, so we're clearly identified. We just couldn't
With
get
big
ourselves.
Malta written on the back of our
Right.
back, yes.
We just couldn't get ourselves all together to do it, to decide
like
on
the
something, and so
Listen,
Because you don't have a minute to breathe?
no,
we don't.
self-promotion is not a bad thing.
Well, and for us, it's identification too, right? I mean, there's
Pride,
certain
respect.
instances
Which is-
where it's very important
I
for
wear it
us,
for pride
and,
alone. I'd be very proud.
I want them to have jackets that are worth something too, so they
that in
can
here?
wear that out there instead of their own clothes.
Is that in here?
Well, I had included it last year, so the numbers are in there. I don't think that I wrote about it. I wrote about the, so what I asked for last year was because
What do you need? What do you
Oh.
need for clothing this year?
So every year we get $40 or something like that. That is an employee allowance for swag, let's say, right? Hats, fleeces, long sleeve tee. This year they allowed everyone to shop for themselves. My request last year was that building and planning want to forego that $40 and that swag and put it towards something that is real for us to use. Some of us wear it, some of us don't. The majority of us don't. So I want to put that $40 towards something.
else.
And so that's in there. Also, the boot allowance we get, allowance for shoes or whatever you want to use for at the beginning of the year. Good boots now are no longer, because I forget, what do we get? $125, but the taxes get taken out. So you get $80 at the end of the day.
which
I buy-
doesn't
I
get you
buy
too
boots,
far
yeah.
anymore. And so I had pumped it up to like $150 or $200, something like that, in there and put it in my stormwater stuff and in the building department equipment, because those are the people that need it. And when I'm talking about my staff, I don't include myself in that. I don't go out in the field like everybody else does. And so therefore, I don't need to have those things, but my crew does.
So,
So everything I was able to, I was told
you're
that
saying
everything
it's
I asked
woven into
for
here.
in my budget was approved last year. And so even though I wasn't able to expend it this year, I
Okay.
expect that that's being carried forward so that I can actually do it this year, because we're gonna have the zoning done. And then the moratorium's gonna get lifted, and then maybe we can shop for jackets.
That's it. Like I said, I think there's a big difference between PPE, reflective jackets and stuff when you're out there, even walking storm rollers, so no hunter shoots at you.
Well,
Versus
right.
swag, which is a t-shirt that I wear at the supermarket.
Right.
Uh,
Well, and we
so
get
there is
uniform,
a PPE, you say it's woven in here?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there,
did-
can I ask
did-
a naive
did-
question?
Yep.
May I ask a naive question? Is there a way for us to allocate that where it's not salary and taxed, whether it's just an expense like buying a new?
There's IRS guidelines that I don't have pulled up. But the one thing that we could do is increase the allowance to kind of offset the tax. It's usually about a 33% tax that gets withheld from employees.
So we didn't,
but
did we still
We're not tax
appropriate
exempt.
the 125 for the boot allowance?
That's always gonna be in there, yeah.
Okay, so we could bump that up a little bit, right?
So we have to change the manual, but I don't think that's an issue as long as
Right.
everyone thinks that we should increase it.
If we're buying PPE required items for an employee, that is not tax exempt from New York State.
Tax?
I buy it PPE for my guys, boots, gloves, hats, winter stuff,
They give it
reflective.
to us individually so they can go out and use it towards whatever, and I think
It's
that's
expendable
probably the
because
difference.
once you put it on your body, you're not supposed to be giving it out to somebody else ever again, so.
Treated
It's an expendable expense,
Well,
but
I
we,
take taxes for
Same
that.
as
well, the other part is,
car home, right?
tax-free.
yeah, if it's, it's gonna say the town of Malta code enforcement or something on it, that.
Well, that's different than the boots. The
boots are
town of
di-
Malta
right.
stuff is procured in
Right,
a
because,
different way.
right,
yeah.
because the boots,
That you can keep and maintain, it's kinda like having a fire department jacket.
Yeah.
Got it. That's property of Malta, but when you buy T-shirts and, long johns and,
Yeah.
cold weather gear, PPE, that touches your body,
right,
it's
so,
expendable
so
equipment.
that's true, the coats would be procured through the town of Malta, not the employee
but it's the
themselves. The boots, it's a
boots.
boot allowance,
Right.
Right.
so they
So
go
we
out and
need
buy,
more.
right.
Yes.
We need more.
Yeah, so I'll support increasing that.
And amending the
Yeah,
the manual.
we'll
for that.
amend,
Put it
we have to
together.
amend the manual,
Yep.
the employee manual, and we'll increase the boot allowance. So,
And one other note on the stormwater things, just
and the
before,
boot, before we go past that, who needs boots? Everybody?
well,
Usually
yeah,
like an
all the
annual.
code enforcement, right?
Ja-
Except for Tom, cause he's part-time, and
Flor-
Rob doesn't get anything cause he's part-time, but Floria, Adrian, and
Erica?
then, Erica, Greg, and Wayne, so 5.
No, David?
Nope.
Do you have plenty of access to the town vehicles to do your business?
Well, I have more employees than I do vehicles. We have, Wayne's skateboard, we have Greg's truck, and then we have the fire marshal vehicle, which fire marshal Erica and stormwater share. Floria goes out and does a fair amount of inspections and things in her car, rarely ever turns in mileage. So I would love to have another vehicle, and we've talked about that in other years. I used to put in there a suggestion for the town to talk about a fleet of vehicles. So that we could sign something out like the county does,
I'm
And let us
100%
go
for
and then come back.
tracking
And then the assessors can
vehicles.
use it, so they can slap their magnet on the
Right, so-
town
so
car, instead
something-
of their
right.
own car.
Right.
But
Something
that
that could
never
be fleet
seems to
vehicles, right?
get too far.
For
so
some
I
reason,
kinda-
Kevin didn't want to do that.
Well, there's a leasing
was always-
Yeah,
situation,
you still
right?
have
There's
the
something about it.
interest about it.
But a lot of the municipalities do that, and they have new
So it-
vehicles, and so you save on like the wear and tear
It'd
and the
be-
maintenance of it because they're always under like warranty. You just have to take them to the dealership, or at least that
It'd be a-
seems to be
It'd be
how it is.
a shared fleet vehicle, one or
Yeah,
two.
especially if you decide to do it in any kind of new, like you could just get a couple.
Who's our ground maintenance fleet manager?
Don't know.
The highway department, basically
Well,
maintain
highway's responsible for the
inspections and
Inspection.
inspections and
Registration.
changes,
wages,
yeah.
registration,
Safety.
insurance, yep.
In-house repair.
But they wouldn't
Tires.
be responsible for, purchasing a vehicle.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I'm just,
okay.
I'm,
mean-
you know, the operational maintenance, preventive maintenance, we all change the oil on our vehicles so we don't lose an engine.
Right.
Who's doing that for us?
highway.
Highway mechanics.
Sometimes we have to go to Prados if highway's too busy
Yeah.
or if it's something
But
else.
generally,
that we
highway
do.
does it.
Right.
I told you the highway department. doing that.
It's always made sense to me, even something like when the assessors go to Lake Placid,
Right.
and plus you see, like when I go to conferences at the Desmond, there's always, a town of Half Moon Car, a town of,
Yeah.
so there's,
It's not an uncommon practice, for
right, so it's a
sure. And
vehicle
if
that
anything,
anybody could use.
Our situation's
Well, I got a big
uncommon,
open
Right.
box. In the future, we'll be addressing vehicle, operational, distribution, utilization, and tracking to make it equitable, to maximize the vehicles we got for our full-time employees, so they can go and do their
Right.
job.
I mean, there's some departments that need their own vehicles, obviously highway facilities. I mean, they use
Yeah.
all of their vehicles
course.
every day.
I just don't think we should be taking vehicles home out of town.
Right. And we would never have an occasion to do that, us. That would never be our
Right.
our thing.
Home
More
to
ours is
domicile.
more or less going across
Daily.
job sites and
Right.
things that are active construction. You pick up a nail, you do, it happens.
I think
And it-
the only vehicle that goes out of town is our our water superintendent. And,
Well, is that appropriate? That's the question.
well,
I don't think it's
Takes that
appropriate.
car
If you have
home
one,
every
then you can
night,
have
right?
5. And
Huh?
then 6.
he takes that truck
that
home.
And there was
Gene.
one truck, right?
Oh, no, there's three trucks for water. 3?
Oh, I got that.
You got
But they
3
don't take
trucks
them
for
home.
5 employees,
Well,
right? You got 3 trucks for 5 employees, right?
No, they have
Three.
3 employees right now.
3 employees.
3 trucks for 3 employees. And they
TJ
go
takes
from
his home, but
to
he lives in
domicile
town.
With
One
that vehicle?
does. One does. Two
That's
does.
One
gotta get
does.
tightened
Well,
up.
2 do. Gene does, but Brian lives in, Brian takes his home, but he lives in town,
So
and
two
TJ
are
takes
taking
his
their
home,
cars in
but
the
he lives in Round Lake.
water department,
Right.
right?
But again,
Is that necessary?
well, again, anything can happen at any time, any hour of the day, they're also on call on the weekend. Somebody has to go to the water plant every day.
Right.
So if it's TJ going from Round Lake, it's only Round Lake, but still, rather than him coming here, getting a town vehicle and going, it's more
I
efficient.
don't like to operate on a what-if basis, you know?
What do you mean, what if?
What if? How many emergencies have we had in the water department since we've had the water department?
We had one
A
last.
dozen.
So there's risk aside of giving that guy a vehicle to go home with
Yeah. but
for
we're
something that
talking
hasn't happened yet.
guys-
It's not gonna
Oh,
happen frequency.
but they have happened. They
Just
have
asked you.
happened,
I asked you
yeah.
last year how many
I
emergencies we
said
had.
dozens.
Emergencies.
Emergency, it's situations where somebody had to go to the plant immediately, or
Well,
within,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got 3 people with 3 vehicles. They
one of
got a
them,
vehicle.
one of them doesn't leave one of them stays here.
Again, my questions will be, we're not gonna get it today,
Yeah.
but it'll be a lot more specific. Off hours, duty hours, how many emergencies have we had to call the guy from home to take the vehicle to look at the valve? That's the question. And then there's risk associated with that, and the frequency. And if it's necessary to spend operational money for gas to go home and back for what, maybe if, and then we got 3 other people with vehicles too. If I was running the fleet management system, I'm just gonna tell you, it would be tightened up.
Plus
think
there's
the-
the liability.
The people that take vehicles home are Roger,
Yeah.
Brian, you only have those 2, right?
I'm not gonna get into it, I need to see it on paper, so we'll just move it on out, but it's gonna
And
be looked
it's
at.
it's 4 of them, and TJ,
We're done
TJ
with me,
and
right?
Jean.
This is
We're
not
all
part of
doing
my
this, we don't know,
conversation.
it's,
That's it, there's 4. It's
got
easy,
the
there's
numbers
4.
right.
you sure about that?
I'm sure about that. Nobody
What were
else
their
takes,
names
nobody
again?
in your department?
And nobody would
Jean,
have
TJ,
anything.
Brian, Roger.
Soon to be done.
Just one last point on the stormwater piece, and we write it in our departmental reports and you hear about it. And I know Roger brought it up. Just keep in mind that, New York State had changed the permit. And so a lot of things have changed, and that is a very dynamic process that goes on all of the time. All of the best management practices, engineering practices, and all of the rest are constantly changing. And every year, I put money in my budget trying to capture the additional inspections that'll probably be needed, but also sometimes some highway things in there too, like an iPad, because right now they're using a fire marshal iPad because I have a fire marshal position open, and they've been using that. We've shared it with them, and they've helped us capture data, which is great, because that's the way it's supposed to work. We're all supposed to be on the same team for the same reason. But when I put money in my stormwater budget and then I see it later on, the numbers that I put in there kind of disappear and go less. So just keep that in mind. It is getting more expensive, but it's not necessarily Roger refers to it as being a product of the zoning, and some of it may be a little bit, but a lot of it has to do with New York State and the engineering practices and things that they're accepting. It's just like the wetlands and the change that they're making, you know, that's a moving process as well too. And so everything is increasing in price and increasing in maintenance. And the state doesn't want to take any responsibility or very little for any of the facilities. So it gets pushed onto municipalities, just like unfunded mandates basically. But it has to do with the environmental thing. So that's, you know, kind of just a little nugget about that side. It's always going to be increasing and it's
It's
just getting
gonna always
worse.
be more restrictive, they're not gonna.
It's life.
But
It
you
is.
guys got tablets that you work with,
We do.
and those are fine, you don't need to replace them, or you got enough?
No,
of
I
them?
want another, I would like to have another one.
Well,
We have stormwater ones, we had ones for fire marshal, I think I had 3, and we lent one to highway.
Been on your want list.
Yeah, well, it's in my equipment money.
All right, as long as it's just being
I
covered.
round up.
I just throwing things out to make sure that we're not skipping over, get an opportunity to get something that we need, or
No.
the employee
We use
needs.
it for conservation easement monitoring too, we have 2 of now. So we use them for a lot of things. They take great pictures and make it very easy in the field. We have fire reporting, inspection reporting that you can do right on there while you're out in the field.
Especially when it
So-
comes to war, conservation and the environment, everything has gotta be documented these days.
Yes.
It's not like a check mark good, it's gotta like, what's the depth, what's the thing, what's percentage of this algae and all that kind of crap, you know, it's,
Yep. And then we have Adrian who can make pretty pictures out of all that, too.
yeah,
So we know exactly where we are and what we're doing.
get that scuba gear. Thank you, Jamie.
Yep, you're welcome.
Thanks, Jamie.
So next Monday, we have scheduled a possible workshop for not-for-profits. I don't think we have anybody that's planning to come. We did meet with,
Seniors I asked for the budget. They told me they were gonna get it to me a couple weeks ago. I have not heard that.
the proposed, the tentative budget allows for the same 15.5 that they've been getting.
Yeah, Captain did request a slight increase, which is in the budget.
Right.
They had a
Was it
presentation.
1,500 or 15,000?
15,500.
What did we give them last year?
15,500. And I am a member of the Malta Seniors.
Say mine.
Are
I
you?
pay my $5 dues. You wanna see my card? I'm a card
It's-
carrying
it's-
senior.
It's $15 and I go to the meetings.
Yeah, well,
And I go on trips sometimes.
listen, they give me special briefings.
They,
still young.
I'm sorry, I'm lost in what about the nonprofits?
Well, we actually have on our schedule a workshop at 5 o'clock on Monday for the not-for-profits, but I don't believe it will be necessary. As you know, we're in a 3-year contract with the fire companies, so there's nothing to discuss there.
There's ambulance.
I saw that the
There's ambulance, but we, in the tentative budget, they're only requesting an extra $15,000.
3%.
3%, it doesn't exceed the cap. When we talked to them, they agreed, so if it is okay with this board, the tentative budget does include that extra $15,000. They also have agreed to enter into a 2-year contract similar to the contract that we had with the fire companies where there's an out if that would trigger a 2-year contract. You know, last year they wouldn't do it at all. So if you agree that that's acceptable, I don't think they need to come either, unless you want to see them.
That's fine by me.
And so other than that, I don't think there's any other not-for-profits that would come, so I think we can cancel that workshop.
So no meeting Monday,
Well, there's a meeting, because we have a town board meeting,
but
but
I meant
No.
no
Ahead of time,
budget
yeah.
meeting.
if you agree, Julia?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get anything from the seniors. We had that slight increase from Captain, but they had a presentation earlier in the year outlining their services. Yeah, fires and a contract.
Somebody wants to come
ambulances.
back, we can do it
Right.
Yeah. shouldn't take too long.
Following the.
So then, one thing is I sent Julie an email she probably hasn't even seen yet.
I saw-
So the next workshop is Thursday, October 9th. The tax receiver is not coming. So I would like to actually move that meeting to 8 o'clock and do Parks and Rec and Buildings and Grounds that day. And hopefully,
Parks and
Hopefully-
Rec
This is
and
on
what
a
else?
Thursday?
it's on a Thursday because,
Wednesday was bad for some reason.
well, because we have a grievance where we're going to arbitration.
Oh, that's.
And
on that
that's
Wednesday.
that's the day Julia and I have to go testify.
That's an
So I'm sorry,
arbitration.
so we're having, I don't think you quite finished. Thursday, October 9th,
Thursday, October 9th, I would like to
Parks and
start at 8
okay.
instead of 8:15 and have Parks and Rec and Buildings and Grounds.
Okay.
And they will overlap.
The only thing, if you, Candace did talk to me about her budget, and she said that she was gonna be out of town anyways. But, she did put in just like a summary within her budget request, so if you wanna look over it. I think she's advocating for more money for herself, so if you wanna look at that.
Who's that?
Candace?
The receiver of
Tax receiver?
taxes, but the other thing about the receiver of
That's the
taxes
whole
is,
thing is-
she's retiring as of January 1st. So when her job starts, she does
You can just
have a
read her
deputy, just read her
request.
thing.
I'm not gonna say
She's-
anything.
She's retiring as of January 1st. She is hoping that we appoint her deputy, Sherry Davenport, who's been her deputy for a number of years.
Now, that's an elected position, right?
It is,
How many years is that worth?
that's a 4-year term.
So she retires in January, and there's no one on the ballot this year. Do we appoint a
It-
temporary
We appoint a temporary.
until the next election or special election?
It would be probably a special election in November.
Probably.
Well, November, that's gonna, we're all gonna be having.
It'd be the
another-
general election,
we'll
but
be the
not
general
the,
ele- We'll be having an election anyhow.
all right.
So anyhow, go ahead, Cynthia, I'll wait till you're
So,
done.
yeah, we, like I say, but that's just what I anticipate for the receiver of taxes. So at this point, I really wasn't gonna entertain
Anyhow,
any more than.
Julia, just so you know, capture, I'll just, my own moving clock summary. Who was first in the hopper? I have no problem,
Assessor.
I have no problem with the assessor's plan. I got no problem with the highways plan minus $7, an increase to a certain individual. It's too much, we can negotiate that, and I like Jamie's plan, too. So there's nothing I disagree with on that, The only things I still got open out there is,
hear 'em
we're gonna have them all out, and we're gonna have a chart to see what that number is.
Right, and when I looked at it quickly, we satisfy most of Jamie's requests for her employees. There's only just one that it doesn't, and that'd be,
And,
I think.
so I'm kind of tracking,
That's where I was
and I'll be here, and I'm still for at least a shift for the sheriffs, and some lighting, that's, just keep on throwing that down the road.
What was the last, the lighting?
Lighting.
Lighting.
I told Matt this, that we actually have money in Park Reserve, to be able to do that. But I'd like to at least apply for and look for grants to get some of it, so we don't spend all of it.
Well, let's just obligate a certain amount.
Right, I'm committed to doing that next year. It's still sitting in reserve, so it's not part of the tentative budget, because what'll happen is when we pull the trigger on that, we'll be taking it out of reserves, which that takes its own thing. What we need to do, though, is get an updated quote
Yes.
of what that would cost. I would like to do that now.
And again, it doesn't have to be all, there's like a couple fields there, would be the main soccer
We
field.
would like the main soccer field.
Closest to the bathrooms and
right.
concession stands, and when the people,
As
work.
I've said before, maybe, this is for Tim, we're talking about the Luther Forest Athletic Fields. I don't know if you're familiar with all that. The original proposal back in 2018, 19, whenever it was almost $1 million project, but we did a lot of that. We
got the
upgraded
upgrade on the
we upgraded the service, we did.
Like $750,000,
Oh, it was
right?
Right,
expensive,
so
yeah.
it was, we lit the softball fields, we upgraded the service, and in order to light the softball fields, we had to light the pathways in the parking lot.
This is pretty much.
All of that's been done, the last part was the soccer fields. So we need to get an updated price, so if it's okay with
What was the
you,
athletic,
I would like to ask the
when
LA
were they
group
coming
to do
here
that.
last for?
Well, they were supposed to come here
MAA
to give
came
us a, an annual financial report. So that is something that we need to discuss.
Did you find out why they didn't show up yesterday, or was it Monday? Was Monday 2 days ago?
Monday.
For some reason, they thought they were told that they didn't need to come, but that's not the case.
So be it. There's plenty.
That may be something that we can discuss in private. I'll have to ask Steve, because we do have a contract with him, but,
Yeah.
because I think there's something we need to definitely talk about.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And I think it's also something that we'll talk about. It's one of the reasons why Parks and Recs and Building and Grounds are together, so that we can do whatever Kristen has, and then Terry will be here, and then we'll get Terry and Kristen together to talk about, the future of the Luther Forest Athletic Fields. And
Again,
how-
I just think, what town is lacking is stuff for kids to do.
Well, that,
Right? Did you mention that? Someone mention it?
well, the other thing about the lighted fields, first of all, they want the lighted fields because they can play later, you can have adult
Yeah.
leagues at night. So the fields would be more useful. Softball fields can only be used for softball. Those soccer fields, they rent to lacrosse tournaments, volleyball tournaments. But the other thing is, if we pave the parking lot, we could have a winter carnival over there.
Do a lot.
We could have all sorts of
We
stuff.
could throw the Frisbee and let, Fido go catch it on that field, Not make it a dog park, but, all
That's supposed to be off-leash dogs on the front.
right, well, if it's not permissible, it's not permissible.
You have to go over to Romp and play and throw your,
Listen,
but. That, I think, do think that,
more rules. I don't know.
Okay. Anything else?
no, so you're okay with 8 o'clock on the 9th? Instead of 8:15?
9 o'clock,
8 o'clock
8 o'clock on the 9th.
on the 9th. 8 on the 9th. I'll have Melissa send
Yeah.
out a new meeting request.
good.
All right,
Okay.
thanks.
Sounds good.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Julie, for
I'm
your
gonna
work.
talk to you for a minute.
Me?
No,
Oh.
I'm all talked out on you, Ricky.
Listen, I'm the most, I try to stay on logic I'm the most logical kind of guy there is.
Oh, yeah.